Yeah, and here on Prime Channel,
and
you'll
this is
find
all-
real anti-fascists who say that people should be murdered for defending property in their community.
Yeah, that's not what I said. But this is all, you'll accuse me of like some fucking ideological bias, right? But where's all the fucking outrage about? I mean, obviously, I have an ideological bias. I have an ideological bias against fucking white supremacism. Yeah, and I'm not fucking ashamed of that at all. And if you don't have that ideological bias, you're a fucking scumbag.
There's nobody here who is in favor of white
supremacy. But the problem is that the problem is that the system does have that fucking bias because Kyle was fucking arrested. And if you look what happened in a very similar fucking situation, right? He was fucking assassinated by the state. Rhino was assassinated by the fucking state. Yes, he was. They rolled up in 2 fucking unmarked vans and they started firing without warning and they fucking murdered him in the street.
Can I ask a question? So if it was reversed and there were, it was a predominantly black-owned business community, a black community, and the KKK was rolling in to riot because whatever reason, would you feel the same way if the exact same thing turned out? Like, Kyle wasn't even from there. He came there sometimes to work, and then someone asked him to come defend.
No, for KKK,
but they were doing protests and whatever. Like obviously it's a weird shitty protest, but let's just say this is America and America does stupid shit, right? Mm-hmm. But like it would still be seen as self-defense.
So if the KKK rolled into town and was staging a fucking protest, right? And
Kyle was on the other side. He's a black kid too, right?
And yeah. Then he would be in the right to be there and be trying to defend his community.
In the exact same way it played out?
I don't know exactly how all of these individual situations played
out. That's a false equivalency, by the way. That's
a
totally horrible false equivalent.
Especially with how the police interact.
Not entirely bad.
No, because it revolves around one group wanting to strip away another group's rights, whereas the other way around was about somebody fighting for their rights and somebody going in with a gun and fucking shooting people.
So they're fighting for their right to save their property.
So, okay.
Jason, what the fuck
they ambushed this two brothers testified on Friday that they didn't ask for armed militants to fucking guard their fucking lots. So that's bullshit. Stop spreading misinformation.
Hold on. Jason. So when they ambushed Kyle, right? When Rosenbaum and the other dude
he went back to Rosenbaum by himself.
Yes, hold on. No, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. That is not true. Okay. So when they ambushed him, when they ambushed with multiple people,
oh my God, Vivian, can you let someone else speak?
Which most people have testified to. When that dude and his wife and Rosenbaum ambushed Kyle, right? What right were they defending?
They threw a plastic bag at him.
No, you're being a dumbass.
Gunshot from behind him as well.
There was it
wasn't him though.
That was the other person involved in the ambush. Right? There were 3 people involved in the initial confrontation. Yes, ambush. So they're in front of him. Rosenbaum runs up from behind him. What do you call that? What do you call that in any other situation?
You can't fucking take this guy seriously at all. Like everything.
What do you call that in any other situation? He's walking.
This is before any shots were fired.
It's called stopping the shooter. That's what it is.
This was before any shots were fired. If you're walking down the street minding your own business, if you're walking down the street minding your own business, and I run up on you, am I not ambushing you?
Yeah.
Would that not be an ambush?
2 people in front of him. One of them with a gun, by the way. Hold on, Jason, you're so concerned about guns. One of those people in front of them had a gun, and that's the person that fired from behind him, by the way. And then Rosenbaum runs up from behind him and chases him. What the fuck do you call that in any other situation?
Fucking ambush.
Now I understand how
it's not a fucking ambush.
Like how we do war crimes.
What is it? No,
Vivian. We permit it on our own citizens.
We definitely know where the fascists are.
Turk, give it a try, and we have 30 seconds left on that hype train. But thank you all for the help so far.
So everyone sub gift bits or gift subs to talk longer.
Go ahead,
Turk. Sub to Prime longer so I can talk.
Turk, please.
Vivian, I get that you don't like me. That's okay, but
I have no idea who you are. This is the first time I've ever heard of you, and you are sketch as fuck.
Several different times. You're just that.
Well, you're not very memorable.
But I want you to answer Doobie's question. If it wasn't an ambush, what would you define it as? What tactical maneuver did The first person that got killed. What was it called?
What would you define the action?
It was a chaotic. It was a chaotic protest in which people were reacting to somebody walking around with a gun who was obviously an antagonist towards their movement. It was not a fucking ambush. Holy shit!
So anytime somebody's walking down the street with a gun, you're
gonna go attack them.
Yeah. That we're using is that as a reaction.
Attack him with a gun, by the way, because one of those people had a gun.
This is the dumbest.
Some conservative piece of shit walking around at a BLM protest with a gun. Yeah,
this is the dumbest argument I've ever heard.
Hold up. How did they know he was conservative without looking at it? Like just by looking at him? How do you know somebody's political ideology just by looking at them?
Yeah.
I mean, often you don't, but
okay, well that's my point.
Yeah, the other guy had a gun.
I don't know how they were.
He must have been conservative scum being there.
This is a legitimate question that could be answered. I actually don't know the answer to this question. So
didn't he point his gun at somebody on their car, like on the hood of a car?
Do you think the altercation?
How are they aware that Kyle was
Jason asked
associated with this organization?
Jason asked it's already actual evidence.
It's a really good question.
No, but Jason's been asking stupid questions anyway, so it doesn't matter. You don't have to answer it then.
Do you think they just ambushed?
Hey, go fuck yourself.
Do you think they just ambushed a random kid on
the
street?
Because early on in that day, Rosenbaum threatened to kill him, yeah.
So, exactly, so they knew who he was, so they'd already fucking identified him.
Earlier in the day, Rosenbaum was attempting to set a building on fire.
Personally, right? But how did they identify him as a conservative? I don't know the answer to this question.
Yeah,
because they'd already fucking had an altercation with him earlier in the day, according to Stevie.
How did the altercation start? Did they just walk up to the guy with the AR and say hey, what the fuck are you doing with an AR?
I think that's a reasonable question, to be fair.
No, wait, hold on. I'm going to answer Andy's question. So my understanding is that they were at one of these locations that they were defending. Whether or not the fucking Jason, I think you're wrong, but whether or not the owner said that they want people there to defend these locations, they were there defending.
It was in testimony on Friday. What the fuck do you want, dude?
That's fine. Whether or not that's the case.
I actually like to be informed. I think that other people don't know the answer to this question either.
Okay, so my understanding is, and there's video of this actually, of a dumpster being set on fire by I call them rioters at that point when they're setting shit on fire. Someone from Kyle's group, not Kyle, goes and puts out the fire, right, in the dumpster because they're trying to push the dumpster toward the building that these people were protecting. That set off this altercation where Rosenbaum is lashing out, screaming, telling these people to shoot him, saying that he's going to kill them if he catches them alone, all this kind of shit. Rosenbaum was saying that. Kyle wasn't aggressing toward this person in any way, right? And there's video of this altercation. Right, so later on in the day, my understanding...
video of the end of the altercation. Wait, hold on.
No,
shoot me N-word.
No,
but we don't know what led up.
There's video. There's video of the start of that too, actually, of when the guy goes out and puts out the fire. Right, so before the screaming started. Yeah, so there's video.
We don't know what led to Rosenbaum screaming that at Kyle.
Yeah, we do
have the full picture of that. No, we don't.
There's video.
Yes, we do. There's
video of that full interaction.
I feel like you didn't watch the trial like we did.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. So let me just finish. Let me just finish the explanation for Auntie. So my understanding is that Kyle was walking through with another guy. He eventually gets separated from this guy, and he's going back to this location because that was a plan. If he gets separated, go back to this location, right? Mm-hmm. He gets a call from someone else in the group saying, "Hey, this other building's being set on fire. Run over there with a fire extinguisher." So he's running over there with a fire extinguisher. As he's making his way to that building, two people come out in front of him, a man and a woman, I think a husband and wife actually, one of them with a gun. So he stops and he drops a fire extinguisher, and then Rosenbaum runs out from behind a car that he just walked past and starts chasing him from behind, and that's when he starts running away. Right? That was how. So I'd call that a fucking ambush. I don't think that in that situation, Kyle instigated anything. He's walking toward another location with a fire extinguisher. He's not attacking anybody. He wasn't screaming at anybody.
Visibly with an extinguisher, yeah.
So Doobie, just so I understand the timeline.
Dirk is literally only here to suck the farts from Doobie's ass.
One second. Turk, I don't think you got to finish your point previously. So Turk and then H9, who hasn't gotten a chance to go at all.
Shouldn't use gender slurs.
So I'll cut straight to the point. So Vivian, I highly recommend you go and watch the Grosskreutz defense testimony, or the prosecution put him on the stand, and the counter from the defense where he actually says, yeah, I'm following the guy that's being prosecuted for murder, right? That's doing the
Rittenhouse.
Rittenhouse, thank you. He has a gun, right? He's armed. He's armed with a concealed firearm, which he is unlawfully carrying, but that's another topic. So a person from the opposition is armed with a firearm and is following a person through a area, right? And he pulls the firearm out and he's not being shot, but as soon as he turns the firearm towards the person that as he's following, he then gets shot in the bicep.
You're talking about a totally different interaction. You're talking about when shooting. I'm talking about prior to any shooting. No, this is at the end.
This is like way later.
He's trying to make a point though. He's trying to make a point though, Doobie.
Thank you, Rice Daddy. I appreciate you.
Okay.
The entire point is if Rittenhouse is not allowed to have a firearm, and he's not allowed to defend himself in this instance because he's the aggressor, he's defending property, whatever. Why does the other guy, Grosskreutz, have the right to defend himself and then be the aggressor pulling his firearm out on another person who he is following? Why does that person have the right to commit an assault, potentially a murder, to another person?
Because there's an active shooter on fucking site that's just fucking murdered somebody.
So that person's a vigilante then. They're going outside of the law to enact a judgment.
Your boy just went outside of the law. They have to try to neutralize the threat.
Did you miss the point where I said
if I shot someone around the corner on the street and then the buddies turn around the corner like because they were trying to assault me, so I lawfully am protecting myself. No riots are going on, nothing. And I shoot them. But then around the corner, no one sees that someone was trying to assault me. And then the buddy of that friend goes, "Oh, she just shot someone." And then they come at me. I'm going to shoot them as well. I don't care if they were unaware that it was an assault. It still was defense on like absolutely.
Can I just say
hands on
I want to ask a clarifying question.
Sorry, no, hold on. It's fine.
Joe Brand. I like it.
I still want an answer from Vivian on the question I asked.
I don't know.
And then it goes into the rest
what the fuck is the question again?
Does Rittenhouse not have the equal opportunity to defend himself with a firearm as Grosskreutz did, as he was chasing a person, brandishing it, and then pointing it at a person? Do they not get equal protection under the law in terms of self-defense? Because Rittenhouse was the offender by defending property. So Grosskreutz came to...
He was the defender because he was defending property.
Rittenhouse was.
Was he asked to defend that property?
Was Grosskreutz a defender?
This is wild.
He literally was asked by someone.
No, he was not. I just said they testified in court on Friday.
The owner asked a group, and
the owner did not ask any more armed militants. Any at all. That's what they said in the case.
Jason, this is super important.
Now so I can answer the fucking question. Like this. I feel like you haven't listened to my entire fucking argument from minute one, Turk. Like, I've already stated that, like, Kyle Rittenhouse being there in support of the white supremacist cause makes him the fucking aggressor.
Okay.
I've also said in the case of the two people that tried to apprehend Rittenhouse afterwards, didn't actually shoot him, should have fucking shot him, right? If he had a pistol. But so like.
There you go, Prime. That's TOS. You're banned.
How is that? How is that TOS? They had an active fucking shooter on site, right? And if you have a weapon and you're pulling it and you're chasing after somebody you think is an active shooter, you should probably shoot them and not try and grapple with them and take their gun away.
Viv, but there was something that like never actually got expanded upon that I asked earlier that you agreed with me on. It's that you stated that the political proclivity of Kyle Rittenhouse being like in with a Proud Boy or in with white supremacists automatically makes him the
people,
automatically makes him the aggressor, correct?
Yes.
Okay, but how is the person who is approaching Kyle Rittenhouse, who is obviously cannot know that just by looking at Kyle Rittenhouse as a human being? You cannot know somebody's political ideology just by looking at them. how are they supposed to be aware of that?
Wait, who?
Enough to not. Okay, hold up.
How is who supposed to be aware?
The people Kyle shot, is what I'm saying. So
but I mean, the people he shot in two very different situations, right?
Yes.
I believe Rosenbaum knew he was.
Not Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum knew because.
So Rosenbaum knew because of an earlier thing.
Yeah, let's use the second guy.
Yeah, the other chap's chasing after somebody with a rifle who's running away from a shooting incident while they've been told by other people at the protest that he's just shot people.
Okay, yeah. So hold up. So
that's the information that they have.
No. That's the info they have. So at that point, I don't believe that it is ethical for him to chase Rittenhouse without knowing it. Even in your worldview, it's not ethical for him to chase after Rittenhouse.
It would be vigilante.
I don't have a problem with vigilantism. And in case you haven't noticed this,
get your point now.
Get your point. I love how just raising your hands like I haven't said this all panel. Like
my point is the second person. The point is the second person doesn't know the proclivities of Kyle Rittenhouse's political beliefs. Correct?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
You've got somebody who's just shot.
Yeah.
Someone they understand to be a fellow protester. Yeah.
We're on the same page here. All right. Cool. All right.
So his political proclivity doesn't actually matter that much in that
political proclivity, yes. So if it doesn't matter, then what automatically makes him the aggressor? Okay. So what makes him the aggressor if he is unaware? If he is unaware of Kyle's political proclivity, what makes him the aggressor in that situation?
The fact that he's just shot a fellow protester.
Okay, but he was shot specifically because the dude was like on top of him practically.
This is information that the people who charged him have.
Yes. So what I'm saying is if they don't have that information and they have that lack of information, that would make the other person the aggressor because they don't have the information. Yes?
The context of the entire fucking situation around the BLM protests. All these people know.
I think if you're gonna chase after somebody with a gun, you need to know the whole situation.
Yeah.
Okay, but all these people know, right, that there have been multiple attacks on BLM protests, vehicular attacks with fucking guns.
That's not enough info.
That's
not enough info to chase after a singular individual.
Holy shit, Ben. Holy shit, dude. Right? So they are operating on a certain amount of limited information and they have to make a snap decision. In this case, they were correct, actually. He had just fucking shot a fellow protester, right?
I don't think their decision is correct just because they just so happened to guess correctly.
And was potentially a danger to other people around them.
How was he a danger if he was running away and towards the police?
Why the fuck would you trust the police to pick him up?
No. He wasn't turning around and pointing it. He was just running away.
Can we establish a couple ground facts for this? I'm just so curious. I so much
Wait, he did turn around a few times. He did turn around a few times, but he had his gun pointing down. I remember this.
Hold on. Firstly, we keep referring to him as a white nationalist. Can we stop doing that? There is no evidence. I never
referred to him as a white nationalist.
Okay, can you
said that he supported white supremacist
Vivian, you understand?
This was absolutely accused of him being
How about a beta piece of shit?
We'll walk it all back now, right? You understand this was not a white nationalist rally, yes?
It was a white supremacist.
Can you show me that? Oh wait, we're all gonna wait here.
The Kenosha Guard.
Yes, show me that they are white. That was a white supremacist group. We'll wait.
Sorry, do you want me to find the Facebook post from the Kenosha Guard that they had deleted the next fucking day because they because it was
showed that they were fucking white supremacists?
Show me. Show. I want to see. And when you say white supremacist, it can't be like we disagree about Jacob Blake or we think that the cops were right or we have like the thin blue line. I want you to show me some white supremacist.
I mean, Blue Lives Matter is already a fucking white.
Blue Lives Matter is not. Hold on. To be clear. Wait. To be clear.
Yes, it is.
I need you to tell me. Blue Lives Matter. That is not what is white supremacist.
Blue Lives Matter just protects bad cops. That's all.
Vivian.
Yeah.
Blue Lives Matter being a white supremacist movement is fucking obvious. It's like directly set up in
like saying you're racist if you're a conservative.
No, because there's other race of bad cops. It's really just about bad cops.
Do you think that every single person that believes in like the thin blue line or Blue Lives Matter are all white supremacists?
She's already accused me of being a KKK simp, so that's not a far stretch.
The answer is obviously
the answer to that is right? That you don't have to hold individual fucking racist views to act in the cause of racism, just like you don't have to hold individual white supremacist views to act in the cause of white supremacy. If you're pushing the thin blue line shit, you're pushing white supremacist bullshit.
That's a great non-answer.
It's not a non-answer, Destiny.
So just so we can establish the facts, nothing about this guard, nothing about what happened that night. Yes, nothing that happened in Kenosha on the night of these shootings had anything to do with white supremacy or racism or white nationalism. Okay, which parts?
I think that's who brought up the sports analogy earlier. That was really great, right? The idea that we need to be there to fucking protect our town. Why aren't these fucking militia groups showing up every time there's a big football match? They're not. Clearly, there's a fucking racial element.
Hold on. Okay, stop. Can you show me a single big football match that is trashing businesses at the level that some of these riots in these cities were, that caused billions of dollars in damage, like the riots in Minneapolis?
Have you gone to Europe?
And not to mention all the football matches that do not end in violence.
Yes,
like you predict that each one is going to predict violence.
Cars and gone nuts. Are you kidding me? Yes.
Hey, a better
it's
example.
Totally happened. Oh my god, dude.
Okay, then you should. Then show me. Then show me.
A better example is
I think it happened in Miami, as a matter of fact.
Hold up. A better example is soccer matches in Europe. I can go find that. I'll do it right now.
Wait, hold on.
Or when Canada lost and then they freaked out, right?
Wait, I don't care about Canada and Europe. Why the fuck are you giving me information from Canada and Europe? I'm talking about the United States of America, where Kyle Rittenhouse is from, and where we have groups that go out and defend their towns. Okay, I don't know why you're giving me shit.
Well, he's going to ASU, so I think I got something for you.
Hold up. I'm pointing this out because it's just mob mentality in human beings. It's the same in Europe as it is in America.
No, okay, so Vivian said, why don't people go out and defend their city against football rioters? The answer to that is obviously because football rioters aren't causing the same level of targeted destruction as some very few of the BLM riots were. That's the reason why. That is obvious. Now, if you're going to sit here and try to suggest to me that every year we have football riots that are even within an order of magnitude of destruction as some of the BLM riots, then show me, and I'll admit that I'm wrong. If you can show me that.
Here, I got you.
Wait, hold on. In addition to that, just keep in mind that people had rioted in the same area and set buildings on fire the night before, and they were expected to deal with that night.
You have to make the distinction
so football riots,
riot versus.
Football riots
I don't stop. Please don't link me shit from Europe. I'm not talking
about
Europe.
Set fires, flip cars after Super Bowl win.
Jason, it's not at all comparable, right? So even if we were to take that like as a serious counter,
it doesn't matter.
No,
it's the same behavior.
No, it's not. Jason. They rioted it in this area the night before. They were going back to the same area to set shit on fire again that night. They'd done it previously in other nights. The managers and the owners of that specific business had been in news articles about how the millions of dollars in property damage they lost and how the insurance company wasn't going to cover it. Right. So this was like a thing that was happening over and over and over again in this community, and that's why they were there.
So let's be more specific. We're going to be more specific. To Kenosha exactly, there was $2 million worth of damage to city-owned property and up to $50 million of damage in the Kenosha Area Business Alliance area, whatever, right? That was their estimate. So show me football riots or whatever that happened. This doesn't happen. That was a bad
example. There's also systemic racial issues with the policing in Wisconsin too, which is what led to
the I'm giving all of you.
Doesn't equal the value of life.
It doesn't matter. I'm giving you real
American. Rioting is not uniquely American. Rioting is not uniquely American.
Oh my god.
Nobody said why are you telling me my European example is not good?
Because the culture is going to be different. It's going to be a different group of people, a completely different demographic that's going to take it seriously. Yeah, let's not talk about other countries.
We don't have to talk about whether or not the cultures in this country. Stop equating these two instances.
If you're in the United States, and there's a bunch of rioting going on, and we have a Second Amendment right that's pretty unique in the United States compared to other European countries, and we have a gun culture that's pretty unique here, I would probably plan on there being armed people showing up to defend their shit in the event of armed protests. If you don't understand that, then you don't deserve to be on the streets. Stay the fuck home and do your activism on Twitter because you're not ready for the real world. Not in the United States. Go protest in Europe. Okay? Go protest in Europe.
That's why these.
How much local activism terrorism do you do?
Here's the issue.
That's why
you asked for an example. I provided. I agree with you, Destiny, but I provided an example and then told you, hey, this is a football match.
Then your example doesn't mean anything. These protests that you're mentioning in Europe happen in large cities: Hamburg, Hanover, then giant soccer cities. We're talking Kenosha, Wisconsin. I think it's a population of 120,000.
I don't think population matters.
Yes, yes, it does.
The reason why, hold on. The reason why it matters is because Vivian says
Kenosha was having an issue with policing.
Hold on, go
Vivian said
Jesus fucking Christ!
First of all,
because it's their police that are fucking them over.
Okay, hold on. First of all, Kenosha was not having a problem with policing. Okay, the man that was shot by the cops and paralyzed, absolutely, that was the cops were 1,000,000% in the right. Okay, it's not even remotely.
Was that the dude who got shot like 7 times in the back?
Absolutely, yeah, 100%, absolutely in the right. The cops had.
I wish I'd looked.
No, because you're black pilled on the justice system, and you just think it's fucking perfect the way it is.
No. So the problem is that people like you, Vivian, and other people on the left that have these huge ideological narratives don't even bother to look at the facts of the case. The reason why 2 people are dead in the Rittenhouse riots is directly because of people like you that stoke the flames and get people upset about policing in the United States over cases where the police were 100% in the right. You are engaging in a form of stochastic terrorism when you are on here stoking these flames, just as much as somebody like Lauren Southern does. I need you to understand that you are the exact same type of person. You are exactly the same as her. I need you to understand that, Vivian. You are exactly the same as somebody like Lauren Southern when you are on here stoking the flames. 100% you are.
Okay, well, whenever you're done on your fucking podium, Destiny.
Like, on my podium, you're here all night on your podium. Come on, dude. You don't even know the facts of any of the cases relevant to this, and you're here arguing your fucking breath out over whether he was in the right or wrong.
Are you fucking done yet?
Not as long as these people bullshit, but go for it.
Okay. I asked about the dude who was fucking shot 7 times in the back. You said that was fucking justified. I don't know the facts of that case, so I can't fucking argue back against it. That was literally all I said. Right?
That's
fine, but that's why somebody said earlier, it wasn't you, but it was the guy above you, Jason Society, was saying people were rioting in Kenosha because of unfair police treatment. They were rioting because of this guy. I think his name was Jacob Blake that got shot. Yeah. But the police were in the right.
So instead of talking about cases we're not talking about, let's talk about Kyle Rittenhouse, the two people that were killed, because we've been talking about it all night. We're all up to date. Well, Vivian apparently isn't.
Wait, you understand, Destiny, that like the BLM riots were not specifically about any one fucking shooting.
The rioting in Kenosha was specifically
The rioting in Kenosha was triggered by the shooting of Jacob Blake.
Yes.
However, right, it was part of a nationwide movement.
Shut the fuck up! You're lying. You're lying. The riots here specifically.
I'm lying.
Yes, you are lying. Yes. Well, okay, maybe you're not lying. You might be an idiot. Okay. The riots in Kenosha specifically, and why property was set on fire specifically. Okay. Stop doing this thing where you want to piss in the pool when somebody's pissing in somebody's mouth. Okay. This specific event was triggered by the shooting of one person. It wasn't the general unrest of BLM. Blah blah. It was this one specific.
Do you think it would have? Do you think the riots would have happened if there weren't riots always happening all around the country at the time?
Absolutely not. No. Absolutely not.
Okay. The riots so it was influenced by the borders.
Wait. Destiny, they would have. They like absolutely.
I'm sorry. I thought you meant if it wasn't for the Jacob Blake shooting. If it wasn't for the Jacob Blake shooting, the riots would not have happened in Kenosha. Okay. Not like this. No.
Yes, I agree. Right. But also, right, I don't think they would have happened in the same way if it wasn't for the broader BLM protest movement happening at the time.
Sure, but that doesn't matter. We're looking at
Wisconsin had been having policing issues and riots for a while.
Like, this wasn't new. The event was true or not, and the catalyst of the event wasn't correct.
In fact, this is even more problematic. This is even more problematic because you.
Seems pretty
okay. Well, you should look it up before you talk about this shit. But so this is even more problematic because you're saying that people that were there to defend these businesses were white nationalists because they were in opposition to this cause, which is riots that were set off by the Jacob Blake shooting. Right? So you don't even bother to look into the shooting before calling these people white nationalists for not supporting the riot.
Can we get
how does that make any fucking sense?
It was a systemic effort to discourage citizens' complaints and protect officers from charges of racial profiling and excessive force. This was in the Washington Post just recently.
You call them to be fair, you call them white supremacists, not white nationalists. You're right.
Yeah, fucking terminal. Define white supremacist. Someone who acts in aid of a cause which seeks to place white people above other fucking races. That is a white supremacist.
Wait, is it impossible to ever defend your community if BLM riots are coming then without being a white supremacist? Does that mean you're automatically okay?
If you were listening to the panel before I got on,
you're mindless.
If you were listening to the panel before you got on, Destiny, you would have heard me give the exact fucking prescription for how I would do that too.
And to be very clear, the people. Wait 1 second. To be very clear, the people who shut up. The people who own this building are Indian. They're brown people. Right, so like defending an Indian person's business when there's riots that are being set off by a totally fair police shooting makes you a white supremacist or puts you in a position where you're allying yourself with white supremacist groups. That's totally fucking ridiculous.
So wait, going back to Vivian, you said if there was no weapon. Oh no, wait, sorry, this was Vosh, but I think you agreed with Vosh that like if they didn't have a rifle, then it's okay for that person to be there. That like it was the rifle that would be. Do you agree with Vosh there? Sorry.
No, I didn't.
Just being there to put out even the fires and to like wash off graffiti later.
Are there and
anybody can
defense automatically. That was her position.
So are you saying it's unethical to have the First Amendment right if you don't agree with your ideology? Are you saying that people aren't allowed to? Are you saying people are not allowed to politically display?
She believes in the First Amendment.
Yeah. Are you saying that people of?
Yeah, she doesn't believe. Why are you guys asking her these questions? She doesn't believe in the First Amendment. She doesn't believe that these people have a right to
No, I do believe in the First Amendment. The First Amendment states that the government, the state shall not infringe upon. The First Amendment says that the state shall not infringe upon the right to free speech, right? And I agree with that. The state shouldn't fucking be involved at all in that. However, if you have a KKK march in your town, your community should absolutely be there to fucking oppose it and should run those cunts out of town.
And I know a lot of people feel the same way.
You're
a lot of people feel the same way about rioters.
Of literally generations of First Amendment jurisprudence when you say that.
I mean,
yeah, you do.
What independent citizens?
Individuals. Hold up, individuals.
Private actions that chill speech still fall under like the First Amendment of the United States of America. If you threaten somebody, if you coerce somebody, if you engage in actions,
we can argue about
in danger, then that is a violation of their First Amendment rights.
We can argue about how the fucking First Amendment is applied or whatever. I agree. My position is very simple. I agree that the state should not infringe the right to free speech. However, I do also agree that communities should be able to run fucking Nazis out of town and that they should deplatform them on the fucking regular.
Right, but you also believe that
Nazis here, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So, but you also believe that if there's a riot set off by a totally fair police shooting, and a militia group shows up to defend property from being burnt down, the property of brown people, by the way, you believe that these people
depends on the groups and the motivation.
Should be run out of town. And if they resist being run out of town, they should be attacked, and if they resist this attack, they should be killed. That's what
I think you're being incredibly dishonest by saying that the only fucking motivation of the people who showed up was to defend property.
Show me another. What evidence is there? Is there?
Wait, what evidence is there to the counter? Because the only killings that happened were killings in self-defense. There were no killings over property that happened that night that I'm aware of. Were there any?
Wouldn't the video that they tried to introduce
Vivian answer
on?
Question. Let Vivian answer.
Yeah. Did anybody die there over property? Did a single person die that night over property?
As far as I know, no.
Then why are you saying people showed up violently to defend property when that didn't happen?
What? That's not what I said at all.
You said that them being there was an act of aggression or violence against the protesters, right? Because they were defending this property in opposition to this group that wanted to burn the property down.
Defending the property. Right? I don't think that defending property was the only fucking motivation of the people who were there.
How do you know that?
Show me evidence.
Wait, yeah. Show,
I mean, it's easy. The displaying of all the fucking thin blue line shit. The Facebook Kenosha Guard.
I have a better one.
The Kenosha Guard, they got in over his head and overreacted.
The Kenosha Guard Facebook page that was taken down for inciting violence against BLM protesters.
None of that is evidence. None of that is evidence.
How is that not evidence?
We're asking, where is evidence that people showed up to this thing to kill or attack or whatever BLM protesters? And you're saying, well, on their Facebook. Okay, so you have no evidence that the people showed up to do anything more than defend property then?
I'm sorry. They showed up in support of a white supremacist fucking ideology.
Defending your community is a white supremacist ideology?
Opposing black people's civil rights protest, yeah.
Black people's civil rights are when you burn down fucking car dealerships?
Owned by Indians?
Do you? I swear to God,
they weren't asked to be there. They weren't asked to fucking be there. They were not asked to guard that place. They just testified to
it's not relevant.
How many times can I repeat that? Nobody This is relevant because they weren't supposed to be there anyways.
Doesn't matter. No, hold on. First, hold on.
Should have been there.
Wait, you guys use this term. Yeah, you guys use this term.
If I want to defend my community, I'm not going to be reaching out to the fucking Kenosha Guard or anybody who's flying fucking thin blue line fucking flags or whatever, right? Because clearly these people are acting in the cause of white supremacy. Why the fuck would I do
that again?
I have no proof of that.
All you do is you just scream. Other than the fact that they have the thin blue line shit, you have nothing. You're just screaming racist over and over and over again, like it wins an argument.
Other than the fact that the Kenosha Guard's fucking Facebook page was taken down for violent fucking threats and white supremacist.
I've had my shit deleted for violent fucking threats. But I don't know what the fuck that means these days. Especially with people like you that run these communities. Fuck, they might have.
True. I mean, you had your shit down. You had your
community is king with that
shit. Saying directly to me that you didn't give a fuck if white supremacist militias fucking mowed down dipshit protesters. That's what you had your shit taken down.
I'm referring to other accounts as well. Okay, number one. Number two, you still have no proof whatsoever, aside from some Facebook memes that some members of this group might have posted on their Facebook page. No evidence that any of these people were white supremacists or they're in support of white supremacy. And everything so far points to the contrary. That it seemed like they were there.
Blue Lives Matter is my statement is really fucking simple, actually. Right? One, the Kenosha Guard, right, posted explicit white supremacist statements on their Facebook page,
like what?
Which was taken.
Give us one.
I'd have to go and find the fucking Facebook pages.
That were Kenosha Guard, white supremacist, Facebook. I'll go look.
Yeah, go for it. They were taken down for like threats of violence prior to the fucking rally, right?
Wait, threats of violence and white supremacist statements are different. Right? Can we acknowledge that?
Sure, great. And my second statement is really impossible to have a fucking argument on 12-person panels sometimes, I swear. But like my second fucking argument is that Blue Lives Matter is an explicitly white supremacist movement.
Do you know what explicit means?
Ow. So while Destiny is looking for like these tweets.
Wait. Hold on, wait. Make her justify this statement. What does explicit mean to you?
What does explicit mean to me? It means openly and obviously, I guess.
Okay, how is it openly white nationalist?
I never said white nationalist. I said white supremacist.
How is it openly white supremacist?
Well, I'm sorry. You're always getting on me about like not defining my terms properly, so I want to make sure we're using.
Okay, how is it openly white supremacist?
Because Blue Lives Matter is set up directly in opposition to Black Lives Matter, the fucking the movement for the civil rights of Black people in the United States, right? It is explicitly set up in opposition to the narrative that police shootings of Black people are often unjustified, and that there needs to be some kind of resistance against them. That is why it's white supremacist.
So nothing that you just said had anything to do with white supremacy.
So you're stating that it's stated clearly in Blue Lives Matter that
I'm sorry. No. If you set up a fucking Destiny's Life Matters, right, in response to somebody punching you in the face, right? Let's say Vosh punched you in the face, right? And you set up a Destiny Lives Matters organization, right? And I, in direct opposition to that, set up a Vosh Lives Matter fucking Facebook page, right? Am I not doing that?
That's going on the assumption that all cops are bad.
Yes, the problem, Vivian, is a disagreement sometimes on the level of facts.
I mean, they're
not setting this up. They're not setting this up because like they hate Black people. They want to uphold white supremacy or whatever. They do it because they disagree on the facts of the matter.
You're talking about intention versus fucking effect, right? Like
Vivian, whatever definition of white supremacist you're running with, nobody in the real world uses this. Okay, so
everybody in the fucking real world.
Nobody in the real world uses this.
Everybody in the real world uses
absolutely nobody.
Especially when people say things like, "Oh, America is like fucking white supremacist. The fucking legal system in America is white supremacist." Blah 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 blah.
Losers on Twitter say this shit, but that's why people get so mad.
Yeah, losers on Twitter and academics and
nobody knows.
Well,
academics are losers on Twitter. I'm sorry.
Losers on Twitter.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the academics and the fucking people who are actually involved in the Black Lives Matter protests and you're just so fucking Twitter poison.
Okay, so to be clear,
you've got a little bit.
So to be very clear, so your evidence that this was like a white supremacist group, that this is a white supremacist group, they've aligned themselves with Blue Lives Matter Facebook.
I've
saying that if they show up at this riot, right, and attempt to prevent people from burning down buildings, they should be attacked, and that this is an act of aggression and support of white supremacy.
Anyone flying a fucking Blue Lives Matter flag should be fucking opposed.
Cool. And anybody flying an Antifa flag should be should be kicked out of like protests. Anybody that shows up as Antifa should be, because they all violent like people that try to Molotov everything. Like, I mean, you can run that game back as much as you want. Also, to be clear, I've looked this up. There's no evidence that the Kenosha Guard posted any white nationalist or white supremacist shit on their Facebook page. The only reason I see it getting taken down is because they were mass reported by Antifa after the Rittenhouse stuff. If you can find anything contrary, then go for it. But there is absolutely
cancel culture, the nasty cancel culture.
I can't find.
Hold on, Vivian, you're making
the
claim.
Cancel culture was the two people whose lives got canceled when they showed up because of people like you stoking the flames of like these racial tensions in the United States. Okay.
People like me stoking the flames of racial tensions.
Absolutely. Yes. You literally said that he should have been shot for defending himself.
Do you agree?
That could anger anyone. If people listen to you right now, he would be like, see, the lefties are insane. We have to act. Now is the time. You can see that they would be frightened by your ideology. And they would want to defend their families.
People should stop shooting each other for fucking ideology and fucking work it out.
Yeah, they should. But
these motherfuckers are stupid all the way around.
It's sickening, Vivian.
They're sitting in their mother's basement fapping over Red Dawn every fucking night anyway, right? Like, this isn't going to make any fucking difference whatsoever. So you can keep your fucking bullshit to yourself. And frankly, if anybody's stoking the flames of any kind of fucking bigotry, it's a woman who comes on here and argues for 4 hours for fucking conversion therapy. So go suck a fuck.
I didn't argue for conversion therapy. You didn't hear a fucking word. All right, so you didn't hear a fucking word.
Just to be clear, also for another quick second, you brought up the.
You didn't hear a fucking word.
Stop it. Go ahead, Destiny.
The Ryan Hall guy was brought up as well earlier. That guy that murdered a Trump, that murdered a Trump supporter in fucking cold blood, then ran across state lines.
He didn't murder him in cold blood.
He absolutely did.
Oh, I'm sorry. If you can fucking shoot Rosenbaum in the face for like throwing.
Oh wait, what did she say? Let her talk. What?
If you can shoot fucking Rosenbaum in the face for like throwing a plastic bag and running after Kyle Rittenhouse, right? Then I think somebody like a literal known violent white supremacist walking towards you and your friend with a fucking can of mace, spraying it in your fucking face, you can fucking shoot them too.
Do you understand that you just said so many fucking stupid things in that one sentence? You could probably qualify for special services just off of that statement. There was so much you said.
What did I say that was stupid?
So, number one, Rosenbaum didn't get shot because he threw a plastic bag in the air. He got shot because he was chasing after a person holding a rifle.
That's what I said, chasing after him.
You didn't, you stupid fuck. Let me finish.
Did I say chasing after him?
You said through a plastic bag.
Through a plastic bag. You didn't say chasing.
I said chased after him.
The reason why he got shot. How about you listen to somebody that actually watched the tapes, because you haven't seen shit apparently, okay? The reason why he got shot is because he chased after a person who had an AR-15 on them with a person behind him that fired a pistol in that direction, and then Rosenbaum tried to grab the barrel of his gun. That's why he got shot.
Okay, and the Patriot Prayer dude was trying to assault the chap, trying to assault Reinhold and the person he was with.
There is zero anything corroborating that. In fact, there is witness testimony saying that Reinhold had been chasing the other guy around that night. And if you watch the video, you will not see a single fucking thing that justifies what that cowardly murderous did before he ran back to his house across state lines and then called media to give a little fucking interview before the cops showed up and killed him because he tried to kill the cops when they showed up to arrest him. That is exactly what happened with Reinhold. That is exactly what happened with
Reinhold.
So you don't actually know what the fuck you're talking about, because the cops fucking showed up, right? And there are numerous witness reports, and there's currently a homicide investigation going on into Reinhold's death, right? Numerous witness reports saying that they didn't fucking announce themselves and that they just fucking opened fire.
Hold on. They didn't announce themselves. There was a warrant for his arrest, and they showed up in a fucking SWAT van.
To announce themselves, and they can't just shoot at him.
They showed up in a SWAT van and started shooting him. He also, the initial police report claimed that he had raised his weapon, right? It is not even known that he had a fucking weapon on him, right? Seems like he was eating some gummy bears or fucking holding a cell phone or some shit, right? You can go and there's a New York Times article all about it that you can go and fucking read whenever you feel like you have the fucking time. They got out of the fucking vehicle and assassinated him in the fucking street, mate.
Well, what are you analyzing? Are you analyzing his death, or are you analyzing the other shooter?
Well, basically what I'm saying is that these two situations aren't really that much fucking different.
You mentioned three situations.
We don't know.
Just for people that listen to this, because I know that none of you guys will actually do this, but if you're listening to this video, I super encourage you. Please go watch the video of Reinhold shooting and murdering a Trump supporter point blank before he runs back to his fucking house to give a media interview before the cops show up and kill him.
Yeah,
please go and watch that fucking video. Okay?
Watch as that Patriot Prayer member, a member of a violent white supremacist group that has already committed multiple murders, right?
Wait, that guy, first of all,
that man
killed someone? Vivian, that man killed somebody?
The group he's part of has.
Oh, so are you an American citizen? Or no, you're not.
Oh, so we should. British, it's okay.
Yeah, what the fuck kind of logic
it's okay to just approach people that are in like far leftist radical groups because the group that they're associated with.
So you guys, you had your little rant, Destiny, right?
Sure. I don't usually talk to fucking terrorist supporters. This actually blows my mind. Jesus,
I know.
Sorry, keep going. So anyway, we murder people that are part of groups that have had people that have killed others. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
So you can watch as that person who is a member of a violent white supremacist group that has actually fucking murdered people in the name of its ideology, right? Walks towards Reinhold and his friend, fucking spraying fucking mace at them. Now, I don't know.
No, you're lying. Not only you're lying, the only reason that the thing was sprayed was because he got shot in that fucking can by the Antifa person.
You need to go back and watch the shit. You don't know.
He's 100% right on this.
He's not.
Yes, he is.
So he's literally not. So, but regardless, right? We will never know whether that was like justified self-defense or not. Right, because there is no fucking day in court because he was assassinated by the fucking FBI and
oh my god,
assassinated. Yeah, assassinated. I mean, I don't really know what else to call it beyond like when they roll up in a fucking van, don't announce themselves and open fire on somebody in the middle of the fucking street. And there is a
reaction. So can I just so do you think that so given that you think that was self-defense, right, because he was being sprayed with pepper spray, you believe, and that justified him shooting this guy, right? So do you think that
I don't know.
Well, hold on. No, you said that it was justified, right? You said that it was self-defense because he was being sprayed with pepper spray, right? That's why you're okay with what he did, right? So if an Antifa person pepper sprays somebody, do you think it'd be reasonable for that person to shoot them?
It depends on the situation, but maybe. But what I'm saying is, right, like if we're comparing cases of fucking self-defense or whatever, right, we don't know whether this is like justified self-defense or not, right?
Wait, because which one was justified?
Sorry?
Which one was justified? Reinhold murdering the Trump supporter, the unarmed Trump guy?
Reinhold...
literally, Vivian, nobody in the planet is Pisco, you can tell me if I'm wrong here. Nobody in the planet is arguing that guy acted in self-defense. He is ubiquitously panned as a fucking loser murderer. He stalked the dude and then shot and killed him in cold blood. Nobody is arguing that. There is not a single sane person on this planet that has whatever facts you were talking about.
There are though, but that's
link me. Show me. Yeah, search it and show me. That's fine. Good. I already looked for your one piece of evidence, and it was bullshit. You made it up. You fabricated it. So now I want you to show me something. You made it up. You fabricated it. I looked it up, and it's bullshit. It's fake. The idea that Patriot group posted white nationalist or white supremacist memes on their Facebook page, I can't find it, so you fucking lied about it because you got it off of a Twitter headline. And you didn't research any of it yourself while you're out here peddling this bullshit. Mm-hmm. So now I want you to show me some version where anybody with any credibility whatsoever says that Reinhold was acting in self-defense when he shot and murdered a Trump supporter in cold blood, when he hit his fucking can, and that's why the pepper spray blew up everywhere. Not that the guy was pepper spraying him, okay? I want you to show me that.
Would you care if he wasn't acting in self-defense? Would you still think it's justified?
That he shot and killed him?
I'm asking Viv.
Oh.
Right, here we go.
No, she doesn't give a fuck because as long as it's Trump supporters that are getting killed, she's all for it. Just like a fucking fascist. Half you fuckers act like it.
Just like a fucking fascist.
Wait, I thought that word didn't mean anything, Destiny. It certainly doesn't when it comes out for fucking
murdering people because of political ideological differences, or talking about the revocation of due process, or talking about vigilante justice absolutely falls in line with fascist thinking. That is absolutely what that is. So yeah, I think so. I guess you just want to enact it with bodies that are non-state-like, so maybe that's your one saving grace there. So maybe there's some fasci-commie fucking branch that exists that I don't know about.
Sorry, would it be this is just terrorism.
Wait, would it be
it's the horseshoe effect?
I'm sorry, would it be fascism if suddenly you went out and just fucking murdered all the Trump protesters?
Would it be fascism? Are you quoting me the article that I asked you for when I'm trying to find out where Reinhold was acting in self-defense when he murdered a Trump supporter in cold blood?
I've just saved the fucking video, but like
I don't want a video. Why are you giving me the video? Doesn't exonerate you. Are you serious? The video just shows the can exploding, that guy getting shot, and then Reinhold running away. You're not going to find anything that exonerates you on video. That's evidence all supports me. Yes, really.
Also, you're suggesting the video should also show Reinhold literally waiting for the guy, like
stalking
hiding around the corner, waiting for him to show up, and then pulling out his gun as he walks up to him, shooting him, and then running away.
Yep.
Exactly. Can you give me the definition of murder?
Okay, Scab, be one at a time. So she can...
I literally have the fucking video of Reinhold. Sorry, the guy who was pepper spraying Reinhold, pepper spraying him, and not having not the pepper spray shit. Fucking.
You're in an inconvenient position right now, Vivian, because you're suggesting that the one time that pepper spray is enough to have a reasonable fear of serious bodily injury, but that grabbing a gun is not, and that is, I think, a tough position to be in.
I just also real quick, I just want to read literally from the fucking Wikipedia, okay, including surveillance camera evidence showing that Reinhold had spotted Danielson and Pappas and had hidden in a parking garage to let them pass, reaching toward the pocket or pouch on his waistband. When Danielson and Pappas crossed the road, Reinhold, joined by an associate, followed them with the shooting occurring moments later.
I just posted it in chat. I should probably post it in the VZ chat.
Some people love it when other people die. The video shows.
The video shows. On mute. Yeah, fucking hell. The video shows that that he actually did spray the fucking mace at Reinhold. Okay. That's the claim, and that's supported by the video evidence.
Okay, so when he was ambushed by this man with a gun who intended to kill him, he sprayed the mace. Okay, how does this help your argument at all?
Reinhold says that he ducked into the fucking parking garage because these guys have been harassing him and his friend all night, and he ducked into the parking garage to let them pass.
And then came out behind him with a gun.
So you're saying Reinhold was not the aggressor, but Rittenhouse was. So
No, but wait. If you're saying the shot fired is what gave him the catalyst and okay to fucking fire the gun, then that gives somebody else the right to fire back at him because they heard a gunshot too, and now they get to shoot the gun too, right? So they should be able to shoot back at Rittenhouse. There shouldn't have been a problem with that.
Oh my God. Please allow me. I am not saying, right, that what Reinhold did was definitely justified self-defense, right? I'm saying that we don't know whether it was or not, and we'll probably never know because it will never be held up it will never be on trial, right? Because he's
in the process of making this statement, you've made some unfortunate concessions. One of which is you seem to think that it's okay to sort of say some sort of collective guilt, and the other is that you're essentially establishing, or I don't know, that it could be you could have a reasonable fear of your life merely by being pepper sprayed. That would seem to be a strong case for Rittenhouse, then, that there was a reasonable fear for his life by grabbing the gun.
I think Rittenhouse could definitely have been in reasonable fear of his life. Yeah.
Well, then that would seem to sort of justify his self-defense position.
Okay,
nothing. It doesn't contradict.
Is that
it literally doesn't contradict anything I've said.
Wait,
Pisco, you've come in late to this conversation, so I just want to make it super clear that at no point during this conversation have I said that I think that Kyle Rittenhouse should either be prosecuted for murder and found guilty, or that he should be acquitted of the charges. I've not made either of those statements.
Do you believe?
No, she said he should be dead. No,
also,
Vivian, you said.
Also, razor quick, just because I watched the video that Vivian linked. Vivian, on this video that you link, Reinhold ducks inside a parking garage, waits for the men to pass, waits for them to cross the street, and then he runs out to confront them. Just letting you know, that's the video that you linked me. Okay.
Sure.
So okay, cool. So as long as we establish that he was that is an actual ambush attempt at murder. Well, it wasn't murder. So
Who sprayed the pepper spray?
Afterwards, it seems like he turns around,
Pepper
then he
spray
sprays
is
the
not
bear
legal
mace,
weapon.
and then after
Pepper
that
spray
he
is
gets
not
shot.
legal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So-
this was in response to Reinhold literally chasing across the street with a gun to get him.
I mean, like
you
I said,
are psychotic. I want you to know that, Vivian, you are experiencing psychosis right now.
Yeah,
You're losing
someone's
your
trying to
fucking
use
mind. Your brain
non-lethal
is
force.
leaking out of your fucking ears. You have a man chasing somebody down with a firearm. Another guy turns with mace to spray it on him, and then he gets killed by the guy chasing him. And you're like, oh, well, that was justified self-defense. You are actually a fucking lunatic. You are crazy. You are crazy.
It might be self-defense. It's fucking insane.
If you wanna, no. If you wanna fucking like have a go at somebody's fucking mental state, Destiny, honestly, mate, like I would look in a fucking mirror, right? Because I didn't
nice
even
pivot. You can
I
pivot
did
to my
not
mental state
even
all you
say-
want. You're the one
I
telling
don't
me that
need
if
to,
you charge somebody
because
with a gun
you're
and
so
they pepper spray
fucking-
you, you have the self-defense right to kill them. You're actually delusional. You're lost in the sauce. I'm sorry.
We don't know the other fucking circumstances around that at all, right? We
have video footage
got a
of
few
it.
bits of footage.
You're so unbelievably biased. I could show you a serial rapist and slap a fucking Antifa sticker on them, and you tell me that all the women deserved it. That's where you're at right now in this discourse. That's how unbelievably fucking
it's
lost you are.
literally not. It's literally not. Because
Vivian, can you give me a single possible situation that would have justified that happening?
No. Because every time I talk, like Destiny will just start fucking screaming at me that I've said things that I haven't said. Right? I did not say right that was justified self-defense. I said we don't fucking know. Right? That's what I said.
Sorry, did anybody else hear her imply that the other guy maced Reinhold first, and that's why Reinhold shot him?
Yes. Okay. I did say that he maced Reinhold first. I said that he maced Reinhold first. I said, and I have said repeatedly throughout this fucking conversation, and I imagine Destiny isn't listening because he's just fucking, I don't know, just so fucking triggered over the entire
I'm
fucking
triggered with my
situation.
terrorists. Being on this platform is what triggers me. You are a terrorist.
Okay, well, you need to fucking get off the platform yourself then, because encouraging white supremacist militias to gun down dipshit
white
protesters
supremacist, something that you haven't demonstrated at all. By the way, that's
fucking-
something that you made up. Kind of like half the shit you talk about. You basically
You
made it up.
literally-
The only thing
you
that's real to you
literally
is fucking
fucking
list
for
that you.
Kyle.
I don't know what your
Weird
fucking
flex.
problem is, right? We had like a fairly decent fucking relationship. I don't know why you're coming
Let's
so
not get
fucking
into
hard
personal
after
shit.
me
You're
now.
saying insane
I don't
shit
care
right
if
now,
it's
and that's what
personal.
he's responding
The problem
to.
I'm having is that right now, half the fucking internet, half the United States is crazy over what should be a relatively straightforward
fucking
case
insane.
because of partisan. No, you're part of the problem. You are the problem. When you're
am I?
sitting here telling me, based on everything we've seen with Reinhold, that this guy was some fucking patriot that got assassinated by the cops, he was acting self-defense, and then you look at somebody like Rittenhouse.
I didn't
being
say
chased by a
that.
fucking
Again,
child
you're
molester,
lying
being
about
chased-
what I said.
That is, you gave so many justifications, and
Like-
everybody heard it. You can go. You were saying, oh, the guy was harassing him earlier. Oh, he's already part of a white militia group that's been murdering people.
My
he tried to hide from the guy when he ducked into a thing.
only
the guy
point,
bear maced him
Destiny.
first. That's what you were saying.
Well, literally, okay. I don't
Can
know.
they both be shit? Can they both be bullshit?
understand. They can both be bullshit. It's fine. But
No,
like,
I wouldn't
I
equate
don't.
them.
I. The only thing I said, Destiny, right, is there are some other mitigating factors here. We don't know whether or not it's fucking self-defense because we will never see it in fucking court. You're saying you know. You're saying you know for sure that it was fucking that it wasn't fucking self-defense, right? Which I don't think is actually a conclusion that you can reach from the evidence that you have.
Sure.
I
Can
think
you spin me one scenario? Can you spin me one scenario where a guy hides in a garage, waits for two people to pass, and then runs out onto the street to ambush them with a firearm where that's self-defense? I would love to hear this.
To ambush them with a firearm is a little bit of fucking loaded language, to be fair.
That behind them,
But like,
and pulled out the gun.
exactly what happened.
Hold on, wait. What would you call it when they
He-
crossed the street and
he
runs
walked
up
out.
behind
He
them with a
walked
firearm?
out. He walked out and he confronted them, and he had the firearm. He had the firearm ready, right?
Okay.
Pulled the gun out of his pocket and ran up to them from behind.
Yep.
Yes.
So what would you call that?
He obviously started an altercation
With a firearm.
What
So-
about the
so
guy
wait,
in
so wait,
Kenosha,
wait,
then?
wait,
What about the
wait,
guy in
wait.
Kenosha,
Stop.
then?
So you've acknowledged that he said he's obviously no stop.
It's really,
You said
it's
you
really
said he
simple
obviously
because you guys want me to say
no,
something.
no, stop.
you guys want
You said
me
he
to- no, don't
obviously started an
stop
altercation.
me.
So if you're acknowledging that he obviously started this altercation, how can you say that it might be self-defense if he's the one that initiated the altercation with the gun in his hand?
Yeah.
So it would entirely depend on the fucking the laws of the county, right?
You say you don't care about law. You say you don't care about law.
Why are we talking about law?
Morally,
To be clear, hold on. To be clear, I'm a legal expert. Hold on, I'm a legal expert. I'm a legal expert. Okay, I am a legal expert. I just passed the bar, and one of the things that we learned in my first class was there is no state or territory in the U.S. where you can fucking brandish a firearm at another person for no fucking reason. Okay, that boom. That's part law number one. Okay,
hold on.
Rittenhouse was brandishing a firearm all the way down the street.
Rittenhouse was not brandishing a firearm.
Guys, but one second. So, Vivian, so you said earlier that you don't care about the law. So we're talking about morality here. So morally, yeah. So
you don't want to know what I think morally.
Okay, so you're just a fucking crazy person. You think he should have been killed for being a part of this group, and you're running in circles trying to justify this in some way. But there is no justification.
Why does Destiny call her a terrorist?
She's advocating for people to be murdered.
I'm not advocating for people to be murdered.
You said it like 6 times.
I do not think. I do not think. Right. That the solution to fucking like white supremacists in the United States is to go around fucking shooting them. It doesn't fucking help anybody. I had my fucking head in my hands the day that Patriot Prayer guy got shot because it was fucking terrible, right? And I was sincerely fucking worried they would result.
And why would you say that morally we don't want to know
legislation? Because
so
morally, I don't care if he did it.
Why is Kyle morally the aggressor?
Pisco, because you got something you want to say?
Yeah, I want to get Destiny's opinion. Destiny called Viv a terrorist. I want to know by what criteria he's calling Viv a terrorist.
I think that when you are oh god,
you're very fucking angry.
I already said earlier that I'm okay using terrorist in like a colloquial sense, but I don't agree there should be extra legal shit behind it. That was our entire argument.
You'd be comfortable calling some of the rioters and insurrectionists in January 6th terrorists, wouldn't you?
If from like a non-legal sense, but I already told you that in our conversation.
So yes, right? Is the answer yes?
Yes, but our conversation wasn't about whether or not we would consider them terrorists. No, hold on, wait. The conversation was about whether or not there should be like extra legal injury or whatever.
The conversation was about. I explicitly said that it should be about the political label, and you fought with me on that. So you're okay with calling them terrorists, right?
I'm okay in this conversation calling her a terrorist. Yeah.
No, calling the January 6th insurrection as terrorists, right?
I don't know. That's a separate conversation.
Wait. Why you're sure about Vivian? You're unsure about that?
This is like a totally not even remotely related to.
Pretty fucking wild that you think I'm more surely a terrorist. If you're
gonna be somebody. Okay, hold on. Well, Jesus, we're gonna back up into like an.
I don't know. Your brain seems fucking rotted by arguing with fucking lefties on Twitter.
Yep.
Like,
you just called Vivian for expressing an opinion a terrorist, and you're not gonna call it people who went into the halls of Congress. Come on.
Vivian just expressing an opinion.
Yeah, she's expressing an opinion. And he calls
my opinion, to be super clear, is nobody should be going around fucking shooting white supremacists. It doesn't help.
What you said earlier, that is not
unless they don't leave.
That is exactly what I said.
No, it's not. To Pisco, please.
Yeah, so if we're going to call somebody terrorist, somebody that is like explicitly encouraging people to go out and commit violence, I would say that like if I was going to use the word terrorist, I think that's somebody.
What about someone who's doing violence?
So, it depends.
Encouraging people to go out and commit violence. So yeah, your comments about dipshit protesters that applies to you too, right?
No, I wouldn't consider acting in self-defense a form of like bad violence.
Not self-defense. That's not what you said.
Oh, you said it was cool to run protesters over.
I said rioters. You know what I said.
You said rioters who were
burned down buildings. That's rioters. That's correct. That's exactly what I said.
Yeah, I defended this point on fucking Twitter when you said.
So if people want to go out and defend their property or whatever, then yeah, I think that people have the right to do that in the United States.
So the insurrectionists, I mean, they were.
But you said if white supremacists want to go out there and murder, mow down dipshit. You said dipshit protesters who are burning and looting, right?
If people want to protect their property in the United States, people have the right to do so. Yes.
And they should go out and they should fucking shoot them.
I didn't say they should go out and shoot them. I said you can go on, you can defend your property. In the United States, you have the right to bear and carry arms. If you want to do that, that is absolutely within your right in the United States.
Now you're right legally to do deadly self-defense.
But Pisco, I think you're misunderstanding because I think what Destiny was saying is that she's sick.
No. He called her a terrorist.
Stochastic terrorism. Yeah, so she'd be a terrorist if she's enacting stochastic terrorism, right? So she's demonizing a group of people.
I said stochastic terrorist, but in the last one because I'm trying to get my words because everybody's screaming. I said terrorist instead of stochastic terrorist. So now Pisco is here because Pisco wants to like alter argue the political definition of terrorist, which is like an amorphous word that's almost impossible to defend. And
then
now
why are you calling it
like
that? You agree that it's being misused and manipulated, and it's a word without definition. You shouldn't use it then.
I think that if I was going to call somebody, I think that if I was going to call somebody a terrorist, I'm okay using it in this sense. Okay, if ISIS is bombing a building or some shit, I think I'm okay with saying this person's a terrorist. If somebody's encouraging people to go out and murder people, I'm okay calling that person a terrorist. Vivian,
I'm not encouraging.
You're encouraging violence against people, Vivian. Absolutely, you are.
After the fact, examining an incident and giving her opinion on it.
Every single person on this panel would encourage violence against other people. Right? They just want the fucking cops to do it.
Hold on, no, you're bullshit. That is not the same. That is not the same at all. It's not even remotely close.
What
exactly? Wait, no, because I'm having a lot of fucking accusations thrown at me. What exactly is it? Do you think that I have advocated?
I can lay it out for you. I can
tell you exactly. That's what I was trying to do just now.
Please, let me. So what you said earlier is that these people who are out there protecting this building, right? Because they're part of this group that you believe is a white supremacist group because it has some kind of association with Blue Lives Matter and this kind of movement or advocacy, whatever, right? You said that justifies you saying that them being there at all is an act of aggression against the protesters and the rioters. So they wouldn't be able to defend themselves. And that, in fact, you said that they should be run out of town by these people, and that if they resisted being run out of town, the violence should be enacted upon them. And if they resisted that violence, you might need to kill them. That's what you said.
What I said. No. What I said was they should be run out of town with the minimum amount of force necessary in order to do so.
What do you mean by force?
And I was asked if that involved killing them. I said if they turn guns on you, then you might have.
That's not what you said. That's not what you said. You said it depends if they would resist.
No, please, because
if they resist with fists, don't.
That's not what. Wait, you would resist people that show up as militiamen with fists, Vivian?
If they resist by pointing their gun at you.
Okay, but even
Vivian, you straight up said. Wait, no, hold up, because Vivian straight up said that the Grosskreutz, the guy who was illegally carrying a firearm, who aimed it at Rittenhouse.
At Rittenhouse,
should have. Should have shot him.
Yeah,
like she's directly calling for somebody to get shot while he was running away.
Use vigilante to like enact justice.
You are directly calling for violence. You can't say you didn't when you did.
He's trying to ride the line that white supremacists and white nationalists do when they say like, oh yeah, we want to have like a pure ethno state, but we'll pay everybody to leave and hopefully they'll.
No, I'm not.
That's the right. That's what I am. Then Vivian, can you admit, because this is what Doobie's trying to walk you down the lineup, is Doobie's trying to get you to admit that you're saying that push comes to shove, if you have any type of like, I guess, police anything group marching in your town, you should murder them all if they resist leaving.
That's what you should do. What I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what you
answer that. Answer that then, please. Can you follow that line of thought?
There are so many
if they resist.
Will you shut up, Doobie?
Go for it.
How many people have to fucking come at me, right, and say something?
You say dumb shit. A lot of people are gonna.
Yeah, let her go. So Vivian,
before I get to respond.
Yeah,
so I think
Vivian,
it was
Blue Lives Matter.
I think it was fucking white rice or whatever. Like, what was it you said? Because I really wanted to respond.
Don't stop pivoting. A Blue Lives
I'm not fucking pivoting.
A Blue Lives Matter protest comes to town, and you have the right to run them out.
I will take your question after I've taken the question of the person who asked before you. So. It was white rice, I think, that made the question.
So
right?
you said that you hadn't advocated for violence, but when we were talking about
the Bristol dude,
you said that Grosskreutz should have, and I'm not going to say your exact words, but you basically said that he should have Robloxed him.
Yeah, I said that he should have fucking. I said that he should have fucking done.
And this was after you admitted that.
Yeah. It's fine. I've got it. Okay. So. With the information that he has at that time, right? He believes that there's an active shooter that's already fucking shot a protester. He's got his gun, right? He's pulled it out. At that point, he probably should have shot him. And I even said this explicitly earlier, right? That like if you believe that there's an active shooter and you're holding a gun and you want to try and stop the active shooter, then you should probably shoot them. You shouldn't try and wrestle their gun away from them.
But that's not what happened.
That line of logic is so bad, not what happened.
Because when Grosskreutz was walking up to him, he had his hands up, like basically hands up, don't shoot. Rosenbaum pointed and then didn't shoot him, waited and was like, oh, okay, you're not going to do anything to me. I'm not going to shoot you. Or Rittenhouse. Aimed his gun, but didn't shoot because Grosskreutz had his hands up. And then Grosskreutz pulled his gun out from behind him and pointed at Rittenhouse, and that's when Rittenhouse shot.
Didn't Grosskreutz say that he re-racked his rifle or whatever? Like he tried to shoot him and couldn't?
No. In court,
that's what he said on the stand.
No. When he was on the stand and he was asked about this, Grosskreutz straight up said, I had my hands up, he didn't shoot me, and then the defense attorney made him clarify, did he not shoot you when you had your hands up? He said, correct. So he didn't shoot you until you aimed your weapon at him. And then Grosskreutz said, correct.
Yeah, but didn't he earlier say that like Kyle had fucking aimed his he tried to re-rack his rifle?
No,
you just haven't followed the trial at all.
Yeah, you literally didn't follow the trial. So
holy shit, shut up, Durka. Holy fuck.
No, dude, you didn't follow the trial.
Why do you do that every time we speak?
Every single time. I don't know. Maybe he's like angry that I'm a real woman.
Jesus. Oh man. Fucking Christ.
No, but like seriously, you've been on my ass for fucking ever. Fuck off.
I've been on your ass because every time you come on this fucking panel, you argue for some disgusting fucking bigoted position.
It was a fucking joke.
Can you just answer Destiny's question earlier before we? All right. Can you just answer Destiny's question, please?
Fucking hell. So what's Destiny's question?
It was Doobie's question. If a Blue Lives Matter protest is coming to your city, do you have a right to run them out of town?
Yeah, you should set up.
And if they show up with firearms, do you have a right to resist them with violence?
Only if they show a willingness to use them against you. You
so
should use the minimum amount of force
necessary. So anytime a Blue Lives Matter protest comes to town, should you be ready to kill every single one of them if they show up with firearms to protest?
I mean, if you show up with firearms, you should be ready to shoot those firearms. Yeah. So otherwise, what's the point in fucking having them?
So if any Blue Lives Matter or Thin Blue Lives people want to protest anywhere in the United States, then any person that is in a town that wants to resist those people has a right to kill them if they don't leave the town. Essentially, if they demand the right to protest.
There's so many steps between that. You should absolutely try and minimize violence.
Hold on. I just want to follow this. Okay, well, very basic. Somebody says, hey, we're a Blue Lives Matter group. We want to come protest in XYZ city. And all the people in XYZ city are like, we don't want them here. And then the Blue Lives Matter people are like, oh, well, we're going to come. And some of us carry firearms. And then the XYZ city people are like, no, we're going to bring our firearms. And they show up and the XYZ people are like, you're not allowed here to protest. And the Blue Lives Matter people are like, hey, it's our constitutional rights protest. We're going to do it. And the XYZ people say, leave, or we're going to start shooting. And the Blue Lives Matter people are like, no, we've got firearms. We're going to resist. And then the XYZ city people are allowed to kill them all. That's what you're saying.
What if they threaten to kill you and
are the XYZ people allowed to use lethal force to get the Blue Lives Matter people to leave? Okay,
there was no threat there. They just said
the XYZ people are only allowed to use lethal force if they fear that lethal force is going to be used against them.
But when they're attacking, let her finish. Let her hold on. Jesus fuck, we're so close. Okay?
That was it.
No, that's not it. That's not it. Because you're saying that those Blue Lives Matter people aren't even allowed to protest in an area if that city wants to quote unquote resist them. So it will necessarily get violent. Yes.
I mean, sometimes it does. I think
if you have an adequate, remove a group of people from an area without violence.
I think if you have an adequate show of force, then violence doesn't fucking happen generally.
Okay, so there's two alternatives. There's either violence or there's enough people there with guns saying we'll kill you if you come in that violence doesn't happen. Those are the two alternatives.
Sorry?
Either you have so many people armed with firearms that the Blue Lives Matter protest doesn't come in because they think they're all going to get murdered, or they do come in anyway and then they all do get murdered. Those are the two options.
I mean, or you show up with a show of force and they fucking leave.
That's what I said. So you either show up with so much force that they run away, or that they come in anyway and then you kill them all.
What if they don't leave?
What are you asking for here, Destiny?
But you're just like a white nationalist. You'd use the exact same types of arguments. Okay, you are the exact same. Okay, so the ethno-statists will argue, oh well, we're going to get all black people to leave the country. How? Well, hopefully they'll be happier in Africa and stuff. Okay, and we'll pay them money. What if they don't want to leave?
There's a pretty big difference.
No, it is exactly. No.
There is a pretty big difference.
Vivian,
there is a pretty big difference between fucking trying to get all black people to leave the country and saying, no, we don't want the KKK marching in our town.
We're not talking about the KKK. We're talking about people with Blue Lives Matter stickers. Right? Yes. We're not talking about the fucking KKK.
Yeah, keep looking those boots.
Wait, okay. Hold on. What did you just say? So you think they're equivalent to the KKK? So it doesn't matter, right? It's okay to murder them.
It doesn't matter. Because she said that
it is not okay to murder people.
You said Blue Lives Matter is white. You said Blue Lives Matter.
Yeah, if they don't leave, you get to kill them.
Correct.
If they try and use lethal force against you, then you may have to use lethal force against them.
So while you're using force, wait 1 second. So while you're using force to push them out of whatever city you don't want them in, right? If they resist with force because you're using violence against them, well, then you might need to kill them.
You would agree to this. You would agree to this in like basically any other fucking situation as well.
Name one.
If you have somebody acting like a cunt in Walmart, and the security guard says that person needs to leave, and
that's private property. That's private property.
You have a right to remove people from private property, but you do not have a right to remove people from a public area to protest, assuming there's not other ordinances or something.
You say you respect the First Amendment, Viv, so I would expect you to agree with that. I don't know why you're now taking this stance.
What? I said we should resist fucking Nazis protesting anyway.
Yeah, sure, but not by means of force. These people have a right to speak, even if it's speech that you disagree.
We should oppose the fucking platform at any cost.
Okay, then where's the line?
That's a good fascist line, right?
At any cost, you kill them.
Rights for me, but not for thee. That's the fascist line number 1, baby.
Until you get a Nazi regime fucking ruling your country and killing your people, that's fucking wonderful, right? Yeah, that's exactly what happened in Germany. Oh, it's okay. It's just, they just kind of feel this way, and we need to give them their space to say what they gotta say. We saw what that turned into.
Well, let's see. Let's think about it. The largest communist country at the time aligned with the Germans, and they were stopped by liberals. So I'm going to go ahead and side with the liberal answer on this one, Chief. Thank you, though. Okay.
Go ahead. I mean, the liberals sided with the Nazis too, so.
Yeah.
When did the liberals side with the Nazis? I'm sorry, what? The liberals are the ones that stopped the Nazis.
Henry Ford, Walt Disney.
I know what you're talking about, but what we're talking about, though, is a battle of ideals, and we respect, or at least I do, very seriously, our civil liberties in this country. They're what protect, oftentimes, political minorities like communists and Antifa.
But it's such a non sequitur anyway, because
Vivian,
I'm not a fucking communist. I'm not a fucking supporter of the. I'm not a supporter of the fucking Soviet Union.
No, I'm not saying you are. I'm saying it's the First Amendment.
That's what Destiny's fucking bringing up, as if I'd fucking support some tanky.
I'm not saying that you're equivalent. I'm saying political minorities often use the First Amendment as a protection for their speech, and I think that you are a political minority in this country. I'm not saying that you're a communist, but you should look to the First Amendment as a form of aegis, as a shield, and not sort of do away with it when it's inconvenient.
That's why I say the state shouldn't be fucking involved, and the community should be fucking doing it, right? Like, I do agree with deplatforming fascists. I do agree with like trying to stop them from marching in
deplatforming is about private.
Wait, what do you wait? What do you think community governments are other than the state?
Sorry, what do I think community governments are other than the state? They're not a centralized state. They're a democratic entity made up of
everything's centralized.
The First Amendment applies
local enough. Everything's central if you got local
enough. No, this is insane. Like they collect tax revenue. They're a democratic institution, but they're still a state.
Yeah.
If you're talking about like fucking state governments, sure, yeah.
No, not state governments. I'm talking about.
Like if you're talking about like the way it works in America, sure.
Coercive authority over jurisdiction. Communities, cities have authority, coercive authority over jurisdiction. If the community is a public entity, it is a state.
Yeah, but you suggested before that the First Amendment could apply to like private individuals enacting private violence against other individuals. That doesn't make sense, right? You said that before. That's why I came onto this panel, by the way.
First and foremost, if you run people down, if you engage in like violation, that's a violation.
You think that me silencing someone I don't agree with as a private individual is
not just silencing? No, stop. It doesn't apply to Facebook. It applies to coercion.
So you think it applies to private individuals enacting private violence?
If I'm in a public platform, if I'm in a public space, right, and you as a private individual come to my public event and beat the shit out of me, yeah, that's a violation of my First Amendment rights.
It's not. It's not. I mean, there needs to be a nexus with state action. There are some cases in which, for instance, the company towns where the First Amendment applies to privately owned areas. But it's a very small exception to the general requirement for state action. And so you're just incorrect to say that private violence against someone who's enacting or trying to speak out loud is a First Amendment violation. That's just incorrect. I mean, you're correct.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
It's called simple assault. That would be simple assault with Pico.
I'm wrong on that facet. I can see on that point.
Okay,
I was
good.
wrong. Okay.
I'm so glad Pisco is here because I just deferred to the American. I assumed you'd know more about the Constitution than me.
That said, the community is a state as politically defined, right?
Yeah,
So when Vivian says that this isn't like a First Amendment violation, that this isn't an infringement on people's rights,
well, she's envisioning the people getting together, I think, and pushing people out collectively.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the local council.
Yeah,
but
at that point, isn't that a government though? Basically,
no.
Like not like a government.
Well, I mean, a government
is from
a government in the loosest fucking sense is just like the
collection of people.
A collection of people who control the the resources and the policies and the
if you're
laws
against state power,
whatever area.
So it's not
Hold up. No, let me go down this.
If you're trying to point out some kind of like weird kind of if you're an anarchist, won't you just end up building lots of little states?
No, that's not where I'm going. Hold up. Let me get this.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Ben. Holy fuck.
Yes. No. That's not where I'm going, Viv. I'm saying if
I just don't like bootlickers.
This group of people collectively say we need to push this protest out, at what point is that collective group of people making a decision about their community fit the definition of a government, and thus should be the other people should be protected under First Amendment rights because that's state power pushing people out?
I mean,
how big? How big does it have to get?
I mean, it would have to outgrow this fucking federal state of the United States of America.
Wait. So a government smaller than the federal... Wait, hold up. A government smaller than the federal government of the United States doesn't count as the government? So what about state governments?
Local state governments are given their authority, and their authority is maintained by the federal state. Yeah.
It's also protected by the Constitution because due process
which is federal,
to the states by
right?
Hold up, no. But due process, no, hold up. The Constitution applies to the states based on the 13th Amendment, which applied all constitutional amendments to the states.
Not all of the Constitution.
Who decides? Wait, who decides?
So the 13th Amendment
who decides?
Who decides? The 14th Amendment is where the due process clauses for states.
Yes. But what I'm saying is, but to remove somebody's rights, you have to do it through due process, correct? And if all citizens have the First Amendment right to protest, that cannot be stripped away from them without due process. And because of the 13th Amendment guaranteeing due process,
that's a simplification of First
level,
Amendment doctrine. A big simplification. It's more complicated than that.
I'm aware. I have to simplify it, or else I'd be talking all night. But can you at least understand where I'm going with it?
And before
it's wrong to infringe the First Amendment. People have the right to speak in public areas.
Yes, and smaller governments.
And before you go, I'll let you go right next. I just if you've been enjoying this content, hit that follow button right now. If you haven't done so yet, hit that follow button right this second. Make sure notifications are on, so you know I'm going live. Okay, hit that follow button.
Content.
Well, that's what it is, right? But yeah, if you've been enjoying this, make sure you hit that follow button so you can find out all the rest of the stuff that we do. Go ahead, finish up.
Okay.
Did Big D Daddy run off? Aww.
He went to go play League. Anyways, my greater overall point is...
I don't know what the fuck his problem is with me recently.
You say crazy shit.
He has a problem with the movement to the left of him. Don't be upset about it.
Don't fucking come at me with that shit, Mr. Gavin
McCaskill. You were saying crazy shit on last night's panel with Hans. You say crazy shit tonight.
Ben,
cry about it. Look, don't come.
Don't pretend that this is like a personal issue. When you're advocating for violence against people, you're saying that if people show up at Blue Lives Matter stickers, they might need to be killed if they don't leave your town. You say crazy shit, people get upset with you. Don't make this a personal issue.
Ben,
cry about it.
Ben.
All right. So, if we've established through the Constitution, they set up through the 13th Amendment that the amendments also apply to the states because you cannot remove those without due process of the law. And the 13th Amendment guarantees due process of the 5th Amendment. Cool, right? So the federal Constitution. Hold up, no. Hold up. The federal Constitution guarantees rights, and those rights apply to smaller governments as well.
Some of them,
yes
not all of them.
Okay. Well, yes, all of them, because your rights cannot be taken away without due process.
Indictment clause, not
okay, fine.
The common law
fine. Okay, First Amendment. Yes, that applies. Okay,
First
so
Amendment
smaller
governments,
yes. Okay, smaller governments. I just want to stay broad. All right, smaller governments cannot remove your First Right Amendment based on federal Constitution. So it is not federal. It is also state. It is also municipality. It is also local governments.
It is a federal right that is forced upon the states.
Yes. Okay. Not only the states, but every single government all the way down. And if
municipalities.
Collective. Yes. And if this group of collection of people constitute as a government under Vivian's own definition, which he agreed to, then that would mean that those people are not legally allowed.
Well, no, I don't.
Morally justified.
No. I don't agree that any.
They count as a state actor.
No, they wouldn't. They would have to be incorporated.
Wait, because you're putting words in my fucking mouth again. I don't agree that any fucking community organization in the United States currently counts as a fucking government, okay? They don't have supreme jurisdiction over the fucking local area that they exist in. Not at all. They're not even close to being a fucking government. Rose City Antifa are not a fucking government.
You said earlier that they were a government, though.
No. I thought we were talking in private association. What I very specifically said.
Not a city, not like people who are. That's the distinction.
What I very specifically said is that. What I very specifically said, right, because your hypotheticals were quite vague, what I very specifically said was that, like, a government is, like, the group of people who have governance over the area and people, right, in that in their immediate proximity. That is, in the loosest possible sense, that can be defined as a government, right? But at no point did I say that, like, random community-led orgs in the United States, as it is currently, could be considered a government. Like, I thought we were talking about some sort of hypothetical in which, like, we had community-based orgs leading.
I'm getting there.
Okay, hold on. Like, did Destiny call you a stochastic terrorist, Vivian? He's right now saying on his stream that Lauren Southern is not a stochastic terrorist. But he called you a stochastic terrorist.
Lauren Southern doesn't advocate for violence against people because
in the same comment, he called Vivian a stochastic terrorism. He also compared her to Lauren Southern. He called them the same people. In the same comment, he just
I don't care. Like, if Destiny wants to go down this fucking route, that's his choice. Like, I don't
fucking hypocrisy. That fucking pissed me off. I don't like that.
It's just fucking dweeby. Lauren Southern is quite clearly a fucking, like, neo-Nazi fucking terrorist, and she can actually go.
She's a different person now.
You said.
Are you guys just totally different?
Sorry.
I'm trying to stay on top.
Yeah, we are completely different.
Ben, finish.
Okay, so you're saying that the difference between a collective group of people in a local area are not technically the government because they lack the.
Because they don't have jurisdiction, control over the resources,
control
over the law.
Well, I would say it's more about monopoly on violence. Would you agree with that?
Are you asking about First Amendment?
No.
No.
He's lost.
Okay, that's fine.
But even if I did agree with that, in the United States as it stands, community-based orgs do not have a monopoly on violence. The state does.
Viv, okay, so
they're not state actors. Just get over it.
No. I know. Okay, hold up.
It's an insane line of questioning.
Viv, yeah, it is.
Okay, I got one more thing, and we can disagree on that because that's fine. But my understanding was, you said that a group of people would go armed. A large group of people, outranking the size of these protesters, would go armed. I would say that they have enough violence to impose
to be state actors
under the
Yeah, I think in general,
somewhat.
I think in general, armed protest is polite protest. I think we've seen
if you don't agree, that's fine.
Repeatedly.
No, everyone disagrees with you. The Constitution, as interpreted, is it's not true.
She's not saying state actors. She's saying private actors, voluntary associations coming together and engaging in this action.
Pisco.
It would be illegal action. It would be immoral action. It would be action that stifles free expression. It would not be.
So like legalistically, right? It might be problematic and it might be super illegal. It might be morally fucked up, but it doesn't fall.
I don't even know if it's that illegal. To be fair, like barricading a road from like some white supremacist.
Well, what happens if they step over those barricades?
No, you can't.
What happens if they step up to those barricades?
Stop, guys. This would be like.
I'm just saying, like, if I climb over the barricade, what happens, Viv?
What if they try and assault you?
No, no
Then they're
assault.
completely
No
fucking
assault.
stupid.
No,
I mean, I just don't think this is gonna happen.
Climbing over a barricade is not assault, Viv. I climb over the barricade. What happens?
No, when I say people barricading a street, I mean people being the barricade.
Oh, individual, like a fucking
people
soccer
blocking
line.
a roadway.
Got it. All right. I mean,
that itself could be a regulatory offense and illegal to block.
Yeah,
traffic.
probably.
What if I get a
imagine
ladder?
there's probably some laws that could be broken.
All right, fine. Let's stretch it even further. What if I get a ladder and climb up over them, and then I jump down on the other side?
I mean, if you try and assault like a large group of people with guns,
that's not assault.
Probably a fucking idiot.
If I put a ladder up against the wall, climb, and then jump over the other side and never make physical contact with them, that's not assault.
If you're
saying a
what,
line
you
of
jump
people...
over their heads in some sort of fucking...
You said with a ladder.
It's like a weird looking ladder.
Jumping.
It's not even
managing.
What are we doing? It's not that weird. We're testing the principle.
We are doing MS.
So if you set up a human barricade and they get around this barricade without interacting with these people, maybe they find a shortcut through an alley or something that wasn't protected. Then what do you do?
You can set up another one, can't you?
And then they get around that without physical contact or aggression. What do you do?
I would have to cross that extremely unlikely bridge when we come to it. I don't know.
No. But your issue is you don't want to answer because you would say violence is okay at that point.
I've already said that violence is okay on multiple fucking occasions. You're not trapping me into anything here. I'm just literally.
That's why people. That's why people think you're a terrorist. That's why.
I mean that's totally fine. Let them think whatever the fuck they want. Like,
I mean, it is accurate with the definition of the term.
The only people that I would advocate this kind of. The only people that I would advocate this kind of act. Holy fuck, Doobie, will you shut up?
That's not Doobie.
That's the
other brown guy.
The only people that I would advocate. It's really. Go ahead, it's impossible because like so many people fucking talking at once. It's just the only people that I would advocate any kind of action like this against are themselves fucking terrorists, right? So I mean, you can say that those people
is
people
someone
taking...
who just believes in thin blue line a terrorist?
Keep going.
It's someone. Yeah, the only people that I would advocate for this kind of fucking action against are themselves terrorists. Like, and if you want to say opposing terrorists with violence is also terrorism, then fine, you can make that fucking.
I disagree with that. I just don't agree with your definition.
Ben, really quickly, brother. Really quickly, Ben. Really quick. So Pisco, I have an honest question. Because you and Destiny had this like conversation earlier about like what constitutes terrorism.
Yeah.
So, like we're kind of going in circles, either like maybe morally but also legalistically as to what constitutes terrorism. Do you know what constitutes terrorism in the United States off the top of your head?
No, in fact, there's no settled.
There's no official.
Only in Canada.
Oh my god! Let Pisco is responding. Go ahead, Pisco.
There's no settled definition for what constitutes terrorism. It's a label that reasonable people can disagree on its meaning, and I think the FBI uses one particular statistic or definition that's quite broad. It says like violence for an ideological end for that purpose. I think that people are looking for usually a connection with, and it's unclear what the legal ramifications are of defining something as terrorism. But people are mostly looking for violence or some kind of explicit connection to force and violence for a mostly ideological lens that can be political, religious. Typically there's an association with striking fear and striking fear indiscriminately. That's kind of the calling card of terrorism a lot. But
I don't think it has to be indiscriminately.
No, it doesn't have to. That's why these it is.
Terrorism is broadly like a defamatory political label that is placed on acts of violence in pursuit of some political aim that the person applying that label disagrees with, right?
Yeah,
so we don't call it terrorism. Yeah, we don't call it terrorism when the United States bombs ISIS, even though like
I do.
we could.
Well,
okay,
kind of.
But
Yeah.
like generally as a society, okay, we don't call it terrorism when they bomb ISIS, right?
Yeah.
Like, so, but it's like a defamatory political label in the United States for like defining domestic terrorism orgs. They don't even fucking have that. They were trying to bring that in so that they could like put Antifa on that list, basically, which is really fucking stupid.
Well, they
only have. All they have is a list of foreign terror organizations. Those are the only ones officially.
Wait. This goes back to the conversation Vivian had last night on Hog's Piano. The FBI did make that, tried to make that ruling because they wanted to put white supremacist groups on that list. The FBI took massive steps under Trump's administration to lock up white supremacists and white nationalists. Sorry, that's
who am I talking about? Who am I talking to now? H9. Okay. So, you're talking about my conversation with Hans around the.
Yeah, but I didn't want to distract. We can stay on the original topic.
I mean, look, all I said about last night, right, is that we've got a long history of ignoring white supremacist terrorism in the United States and focusing on other groups such as like environmentalists and so on. And that the resources put towards countering violent white supremacist terrorism in the United States haven't been enough. I also said that I wasn't I had some issues with Biden's national plan for countering domestic terrorism. I think there's some good shit in there. I think there's a lot of very vague shit in there that I would like to see how it's implemented or how it could even be implemented. Some of it, I don't think it even can be implemented. They mention a lot of times in that report saying that, we want to do this whilst, and this is a problem that we're having on the panel tonight, actually. They said we want to do this whilst respecting people's fundamental right to freedom of speech. But a lot of the way the United States works with regards to free speech is going to stop them from doing other things that they say they're going to do in the report, basically. So, yeah. But I'm going to get into that more in depth with Hans at some point, because we're going to go go over the whole report on his stream, and then we can get a bit more in depth on that.
So Pisco, because you were midway through saying it, so your concern is one that it's amorphous.
No. I think it's a label that can probably be applied to certain groups unambiguously, meeting several definitions of terrorism. For instance, I don't think anyone can deny that the Oklahoma City bombing, that was a terrorist act.
Right.
That was most people's definition of that. Likewise, I think certain action conducted in January 6th fits that definition to a T. The reason I brought it up in the context of what Destiny said was Destiny critiqued me for calling some of those people terrorists. But I think he showed reckless abandon here of that principle by condemning.
I think he showed reckless abandon with the term terrorist, with the term fascist, and he keeps complaining at me for loosely using the term fascist when I'm actually very fucking specific. When I say white supremacist, white nationalist, or fascist, I'm very specific on what I say.
No, you're not.
It's just
you told us that people with Blue Lives Matter stickers are white supremacists.
I said Blue Lives Matter.
How specific is that?
Explicitly white supremacist movement.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous statement.
That's what I don't care whether it's. I don't care whether it.
And what you were doing earlier, and what you were doing 5 minutes ago.
I don't care whether you. I don't care whether you think it's. I don't care whether you think it's. I don't care whether you think it's. I don't care whether you think. 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 I don't care whether you
say those things.
I don't care whether you think. I don't care whether you think it's ridiculous.
You're behaving like a child, by the way.
I mean, you're the one trying to fucking interrupt me in order to fucking grandstand and
to
say
tell
the
you
same
that what you're doing is
bullshit you've said 10 fucking times.
Terrorism. Yeah. So don't
I don't care what I'm going to finish what I'm fucking saying.
Unless you can tell us how it isn't definitionally stochastic terrorism.
That was what you're doing, Doobie.
What the fuck
you're doing stochastic terrorism too, then, Doobie.
What is wrong with you, buddy? Holy fucking shit.
I
don't care.
You can't behave all the time.
You apologize for people that kill people, Doobie. You're a stochastic terrorist.
Yeah.
All I want to do is finish this fucking sentence. It's unbelievable. What child? I don't care what you think is white supremacist. when you're the person who got on this fucking panel and defended the Proud Boys and Gavin McInnes from accusations of being of having a fascist street gang. Okay, your definition of these things is fucking irrelevant because
we were talking about yours,
honest
though.
About it.
But we were talking about yours, though. So,
yeah, which is fine. We can talk about mine. Mine is.
That's what we've been doing.
I think mine is supportable, but
where? In what sense?
I'm sorry. You don't think that Blue Lives Matter was set up in direct opposition to Black Lives Matter, right? In order to discredit the idea that Black people suffer what's the word? Disproportionate amounts of police violence in the United States.
Everything in society is a reaction to another thing in society. Yes, it could have been that.
But this was what is a reaction to specifically? It was an Asian cop and a Hispanic cop being murdered in New York. Right, so that this was the Blue Lives Matter thing came out, right? Because they wanted people to know that police are people too, and their lives matter too.
But you can understand that there has been like actual white supremacists and like these really dodgy organizations like the Proud Boys and things that have hijacked the movement Blue Lives Matter for their own personal reasons.
It doesn't mean just because white supremacists or
Doobie doesn't even believe. Doobie doesn't
Okay,
even believe.
please stop interrupting now. Can you not interrupt? So just because white supremacists or the KKK or whoever also agrees with this movement, or also uses the sticker, doesn't mean that every single person. Doesn't mean that every single person, right, that has a sticker that supports. Please stop interrupting me. Or that supports Blue Lives Matter is now a white supremacist or supporting white supremacists.
I'm not saying that.
Jane, I know that's not what you're saying, but that's what Vivian's saying, and that's what I'm talking to you, Jane. Okay, so but Vivian, I'd really like you to explain how what you're saying is not definitionally.
But there's a whole ass panel of people.
Everyone's talking. Doobie, you want to respond? I think this was to Vivian.
So you seem to have an issue with being called a terrorist, right? But it seems to me like what you've been advocating for.
I don't care what you call me. I think some terrorism.
Well, this is why I'd like
you. Can you let him finish?
Okay.
I mean,
it seems to me like what you've been advocating for and what Destiny initially said to you. So what you're doing is definitionally stochastic terrorism. So can you tell us how it's not?
I don't care what you call me. I've made my positions very clear.
Okay, so we're going to call you a terrorist from now.
I think in some cases terrorism can be fucking justified if you're living under a fucking extremely oppressive government. I think, for example, the attempt to assassinate Adolf Hitler during his reign, that was terrorism and was completely fucking justified.
Yes, and we're so close to that. We're so close to living under Hitler. We're so close.
No, someone Blue Lives Matter sticker shows up in a community. If they don't leave when you tell them to, you can kill them. And
we're probably closer to living under a new confederacy. Not Hitler.
I don't know. It's like more of an authoritarian.
The Confederacy has much more of a stranglehold in the South.
We're at the most prosperous time ever in the world. Right now. Right now is the best time to live ever.
I mean, not.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people trying to buy this country too.
What do you
demonstrably on several different
demonstrably?
It's actually you're actually worse off in many ways. Like in terms of purchasing power, like how long wages have stagnated versus inflation. Like there are a lot of ways in which it's not better. I would say
we are not the best country in the world by a fucking long shot.
I'm not even talking about the best country in the world.
I'm just saying, don't even know.
This idea that we live in some amazing fucking time and everything's brilliant.
The products that are available, the products and the things, the services that you can buy right now are the best products and services you can ever buy. You can go buy a PS5, $500 that can play 4K video games on your 4K monitor, living in your air-conditioned, heated apartment that you pay $1,000 a month. That sounds amazing.
That would be real nice. Yeah,
that sounds beautiful. What is
that? Let me look up the average apartment price in America.
Who the fucking buys PS5? I don't know who. I surely cannot. Sorry,
I'm PC players.
But if the implication is that we live in a time where it's not necessary to try and resist authoritarianism, fascism, racism, whatever, then I have to strenuously fucking object. I mean, you had 4 years of Trump. You have a rising far right movement all across the United States and Europe. In fact, I think there are a lot of really alarming signs, right, that you could be headed for some really, really nasty shit.
No, I 100% agree with that, Vivian. I 100% agree with that.
But you can say the same thing.
I think that the precedent that this trial is going to set, I know that he's going to get off, and it's legal. The way that it's going to happen is totally fucking legal. I'm pretty sure he's going to get off. Okay.
There's also most.
But the precedent it's going to set for vigilantism, I mean, culturally, is going to be really fucking bad, man. Like I'm a little worried about that shit. I am.
But if you're worried about it, then why are you on Vivian's side when she's advocating for vigilantism? JC, you don't know what the fuck
I didn't say I was. I just said that the outcome. I never claimed whose side I was on. I'm doing my own thing.
Don't be a pussy. You know exactly.
All I know is that the state has not done a particularly fucking good job combating this shit. Right, and
you're on here as a fucking frog. You can't even put your face up. Don't talk to me about being a pussy.
That doesn't make your opinion any better. Okay, the reality is that you're supporting Vivian. Now you're telling us you're opposed to vigilantism.
It doesn't make
what she's advocating for. What she's advocating for is vigilantism. So you're not making any sense, Jason.
She's advocating for community policing.
Pisco, shut up. Pisco, Mr. Lawyer, are you there?
Yeah. What's up?
So maybe I can ask you, because you had an issue with Destiny throwing that word around too. So was it just terrorism or was it stochastic terrorism? Because it seems that has a more specific definition.
First of all,
go for it.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it.
Anson was a stochastic terrorist.
First of all, he
multiple times
called Vivian a terrorist. Now he might say that's shorthand because I just initially called her a stochastic terrorist, and I just didn't have time to say stochastic in my later formulations of the word. But I'm not a mind reader, and so I can't possibly know that. And that's someone who has a public platform, and I think someone who's generally very careful with their words and very exigent on other people to be clear and precise with their definitions. And I applaud Destiny for that. I think that he called her a terrorist, and
that's totally reasonable.
Okay,
however, right?
I think it's pretty unreasonable. If he's calling me a terrorist,
I'd like to
Rittenhouse a terrorist as well.
Fine. Okay. So Pisco, but what I was asking about is stochastic terrorism. Do you think that what Vivian has been expressing tonight meets the criteria for stochastic terrorism?
I don't know the criteria for stochastic terrorism.
So I'll just
read
it to you.
No, it doesn't.
Wait, how doesn't it?
So usually when we
go read the definition. Read the definition.
I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it directly for you. Okay.
I was going to before you read it, you asked why it doesn't. The reason why it doesn't because there's no statistic probability that her advocating for violence here is actually going to result in violence in real life.
No, that's not true.
That's not true. She's on a Twitch stream with like 500 viewers.
Okay, let me read the definition. Let me read the definition, please. Okay, so it's the public demonization. The public demonization of a person or group resulting in the incitement of a violent act, which is statistically probable, but whose specifics cannot be predicted.
So you think it's statistically probable? You think it's statistically probable that what Vivian says today encourages an act of violence?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the overarching. I think the overarching narrative, right? That people ought to.
Can we just let Pisco respond?
Wait, no, I'm agreeing with you, Doobie. Okay, I'm supporting your fucking position.
I think the overarching. You're supporting that.
I think the overarching narrative that people ought to support their local anti-fascists and go check them out, go join up with them, right? Could very reasonably lead to people assaulting fucking white nationalists on the street at some point.
Yeah, we're not talking about the overarching narrative. We're talking about you specifically saying that if someone, Blue Lives Matter rally shows up in your town, you should force them out, and if they resist, you should use violence against them, and if they resist enough, you should kill them.
Yeah, so
I think that violence should only
I'm waiting for Pisco to respond.
Violence
I'm happy to.
No, because you keep misrepresenting what I said, right? So I said the minimal amount of violence necessary. And also, right, I think that violence should always be proportional to the violence that is being brought against you. I do not think you should walk up and fucking shoot somebody in the street just for saying some words. right?
I mean,
when they show up.
I mean, just because someone has like different opinions or has a different worldview than you, and is sort of protesting peacefully for that particular worldview is not a good reason to go out there and commit violence. If you don't like the government in power in most Western democracies, you just vote him out. That's all you need to do.
That is a fundamental misunderstanding of how "quote unquote" democracies in the West work. Anyway,
guys, let's answer the question, please.
But also, I again strenuously fucking object to this idea that my opposition to these people is because I have different ideas. It is because they are leading a movement that seeks to commit fucking genocide. Okay.
People of Blue Lives Matter stickers are leading a movement that seeks to commit genocide. This is what you're saying.
Blue Lives
Do you want me to wait? We're talking about Blue Lives Matter.
Represents a group of people that are doing bad shit.
If you want to put it to the, if you
the
want
internal
to
gang,
confine it just to Blue Lives Matter,
that's what we're talking about.
What are we talking about, though?
We're talking about
the question.
I mean, the question has been broadened and refined and broadened and refined, and it's always specifically about this thing when you want to speak for your advantage.
You're so fucking dishonest. Can pick
Well, I mean, Vivian, you literally went from Blue Lives Matter to people wanting to commit genocide on another race.
If we're talking about,
so that we're broadening, and we're the ones that broadening.
If we're talking about. No, I was talking about the broader fucking white supremacist, white nationalist. I mentioned the KKK a few times, right? The broader fucking white supremacist.
But you said that Blue Lives Matter movements are equivalent to the KKK. That's what you said.
Actually,
I didn't say Blue Lives Matter. No. Again, you're a lying fuck.
No,
you're a lying fuck.
And he's just
that Blue Lives Matter is a white supremacist movement.
Okay, Blue Lives Matter. Okay,
calm down. Calm down.
Okay, are all white supremacists fucking equivalent?
Can I get what it is?
They're fucking not. Right? We can talk about
what repeatedly. Okay, now if you want to try to find some nuance in the bullshit you've been saying, that's
I'm
fine.
not trying to find nuance.
I'd really like
You're just being incredibly dishonest.
Don't accuse me of being dishonest.
No, you're a lying, slimy weasel fuck.
Everybody in chat can see that you're
Everybody in chat can see you weaseling like a little fucking.
I'd like Pisco. I understand that's your perspective. I like
to hear from Pisco as well. Pisco, please.
Yeah, so I'll respond to that. So first off, Leader and some of you have lost the plot. You're arguing about the substance of Vivian's belief, and we can have a conversation of the substance of Vivian's belief, whether it's defensible or not. I frankly think it's reprehensible to suggest committing violence against people who are peacefully expressing their views. I agree with you on that, but the question presented was, does that advocacy or that belief or that expression of that belief constitute stochastic terrorism? The definition that we're working with from Doobie seemed to suggest some likelihood, some statistical probability that her comments are going to result in that kind of violent activity. Now, I would sort of dispute that her comments are likely to produce that on multiple levels. One is the sort of prepositional facts or the predicate facts that are required for Viv's position to come into action is some kind of right-wing movement, some presence. So in day-to-day life, it's exceptionally unlikely that those right-wing movements manifest themselves in the kind of ways that for which Vivian was referring. So it requires a predicate.
And that they aggress upon you. I mean, that was one of the most important parts.
So those predicate facts that for Vivian's opinion to activate, an opinion which I disagree with, don't to me seem likely. And her comments on this platform, a platform where everyone else is fighting against her, where even me defending her against this charge doesn't agree with her, on a platform of mostly liberals and left-wing people who are probably not prone to that kind of violence in the first place, and certainly not to any kind of political violence in general, I think is exceptionally unlikely to result in that kind of violence.
So I think it's a fair answer, but I think that you're incorrect.
Depends on if it's a good time.
You're incorrect about the movement not being there not being a right wing movement that would be required for her position to be carried out or whatever. Because what she said is that in Kenosha, right, the people who showed up there, right, to defend the property. Please stop interrupting me. People who showed up there defend the property, right? That these people were aggressing upon the rioters there or the protesters there just by their presence because they were associated with the group that posted Blue Lives Matter shit on their Facebook. And
Was the Black Lives
Matter
things, riots were those riots and protests exceptional events or unexceptional events?
Last year, I don't think I'd call them like exceptional events.
I would call them exceptional events, and I would say that the response to it, since that response itself is premised on the exceptional events of those riots occurring, I would say overall that predicate set of circumstances is not very likely, and therefore I think that Vivian's opinion is unlikely to logically lead to that. Now, if you're saying in general her attitude is of one that would lead to more violence, I think that's a criticism you can levy at almost anyone by that definition. If you're just looking at her general attitude, honestly. I mean, I could say
I generally seek to like reduce violence. To be fair, and the objective of saying things like, I think that the violence in Kenosha is the result of a disorganized protest, right, and that they should be organized and armed, is that I don't think a shooting fucking occurs if you have an armed group there, right? Because people just aren't likely to commit that kind of violence against an armed group unless they have a much larger armed group, and even then they're probably hesitant because nobody wants a firefight, really, right? And just to make it super clear.
Didn't you say that Kyle wanted a firefight earlier?
When I say Ben asked me a whole load of questions about like what happens if they go around the barricade and stuff, and I was like, I'm not sure, right? We'd have to cross that bridge when we come to it. Probably set up another barricade or whatever. But, like, the things that I advocate for in general are like you should barricade the street and stop these people from marching in. If they attempt to move through you, they're going to have to do that with some violence, right? And you should only respond with the level of violence that is levied against you. Like, there are so many qualifiers to what I've said tonight that are like you should only respond basically with the level of violence that is levied against you.
Right, but you're responding to the level of violence that they respond to you with after you attempt to force them out of the area, right?
Yeah.
So
after you attempt to barricade the area, yeah.
So now you're supposing that Vivian's recommendations are actually carried out, when what you're talking about is whether Vivian's comments themselves represent stochastic terrorism or advocacy of stochastic terrorism. By your definition, I don't see that. And frankly, I think that Vivian has explained that in general, her general attitude is one of peacefulness, and she explains it by saying, well, I encourage them to be armed to reduce violence. I don't know how much I agree with that, but at least that opinion, couched in the terms that they are and qualified as they are with the statements, seems to show some attitudes towards peacefulness. And I think if you're going to qualify her comments in the wake of her general attitude towards right-wingers as itself advocacy for violence, I think anyone on this platform who has a strong opinion on these matters could competently be qualified as a stochastic terrorism if that is how it's going. And then
earlier Viv also did state that the group that was there, the armed group that was there, I don't care like what you want to call them, if they're a militia, just a group, protesters, whatever, that were peaceably assembled there with their rifles, were aggressing on the other people just by their plain presence of being there in the first place. That was an aggressive move.
Okay, that's how
white supremacists turning up to a BLM rally is an act of aggression. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I put this out there, right? So the idea that you can force someone out of an area while only responding in kind with the amount of force that they give you, you're already pushing someone out. You're already being aggressive and using some level of force.
I mean, I said barricade.
And if this escalates,
barricade the road. To be fair,
how can you? That.
Sorry,
that's just not. No. Hold up.
Can you push?
The question is here. Let me get this because I've been thinking about this for like the last 5 minutes, so I got this line up. Let's say the protesters end up at the location first before you, correct?
Sure. Yeah.
How can you push them out of an area with a non-violent barricade?
Yeah, like if they're already there, like it becomes more difficult, right? But I think that you have to. I would advocate for like setting up a perimeter.
No. But if they're already there, what happens?
I'm not sure that anything.
What do you suggest?
I'm not sure that anything particularly heavy even needs to happen. I think as long as there's a strong resistance.
So you let them protest there if they're already there, and you can't forcefully barricade them away? Because you said you shouldn't allow this protest to happen. You said you should not allow this protest to happen, and that you should barricade. Well,
yeah,
if
you should
try.
You should try and stop. You should try and stop the protest if you can.
How can you stop them? How can you stop them though?
How can you stop them if it's already started before you barricade?
It really depends on the nature. It really depends on the nature of the protest. So we've
you just bring in a bunch of ICP juggalos to come in there and fucking drink Faygo and spray that shit all over everybody, and they will sure as fuck leave.
Though.
They'll see a bunch of fucking weird motherfuckers.
Jason, you're running defense right now.
I'm gonna call my therapist. Okay, I'm gonna call my therapist because I'm gonna fucking need it after this shit show. Okay.
Good luck.
Yeah, with the Kenosha people who'd already fucking showed up, this is a genuine problem, right? This is why I said the whole thing is the result of a disorganized protest.
For sure.
Yeah.
But we can all say until we're blue in the face. Hey, we can all say until we're blue in the face that we wish so strongly that our side is more organized than whatever the opposition side is. But how often does that actually happen, Vivian? So we need to deal with a real world example that consistently has happened time after time after time after time after time.
The real world example
example
is that quite often these protests are extremely fucking disorganized, right? It's people come from all over the place, they don't have any particular strategy or plan in mind, and various people will do various shit, right? Some will do really dumb fucking things, and some will try and be sensible. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I advocate for community organizations that can actually stick out and organize protests.
I want to know what you
advocate answer his question
and try and direct the crowd. And try and direct the crowd that shows up.
Okay, but let's bring this full circle. When it comes back to Kenosha, the protest has already happened. No, hold up. Protest is already going on. It's already hectic. It's already proven to be disorganized.
Yeah.
What is a protester who is in favor of Black Lives Matter to do about the presence of someone like Kyle Rittenhouse? What are they morally obligated to do in that scenario when the protest is already unorganized? You have somebody there who's on the opposite side of the political spectrum, whether or not they're antagonizing
on your own, you just have to make whatever decisions you can. But I would probably advocate.
What? You have to say what that decision should be, because it's very important.
The answer is I don't know.
Okay, so what should the group of protesters have done?
The answer is I don't know. As an individual, there's not much you can do about these people.
You want to know my answer, Viv? Is if there's violence going on and you do not have the full story and you don't know every single aspect of it, you stay the fuck away from it. That's just me.
I mean, I mean that's fine.
Okay,
but
so the second shooter.
No, don't
okay
me. No,
the second guy morally fucked up by chasing after a guy without having all the facts.
Holy shit! This is the point. This is what happens when you just don't fucking listen, dude.
I did. You said I don't know. So I gave you my perspective.
So I mean, you're talking about how do you get these guys out, and then you jump straight over to the second guy who was shot, right?
Well,
the second guy who was shot.
The second guy who was
shot. The second guy who was shot, right?
Yes.
Is
second or third? I forgot. It's the guy who had the second gun. You know who I'm talking about.
Whatever.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. The second guy who was shot, right? He has limited information. The information he has is that people around him are saying that this person's recently shot somebody. He's probably heard gunshots, right? Because it didn't happen too far away. He sees this guy running away with a gun, right? And so he has to make an assessment of the situation at the time, right? And there are multiple reasonable assessments that you can make, and you need to make them in a really split-second decision. So I think it's very reasonable for him to conclude that Kyle is an active shooter, based on what we know generally about how the BLM protests were going, and how many times
So
I misdetected the end of the sentence. Continue.
Oh my god. To my audience. We'll be back on Monday with more content, as we always will. We'll have the Reverie Roundtable. Destiny should actually be there. So we'll see. But if you're interested in that, come on back for that. If you have not done so already, hit that follow button if you're new to the channel. Been enjoying all this, sat through all of this nonsense. Well, then hit that follow button right now. Make sure notifications are on so you know I'm going live. I do 6 nights a week. Don't want you to miss out on all the good stuff that we have to provide. Exclamation with social and chat for our social media. Follow us on Twitter for like channel updates. Jump into our Discord where we have this conversation and all other conversations all happen on Discord. Heart and soul of the community. Want you to be a part of the of what we're building there, so please come through. YouTube is where you'll find the VOD. If you missed any of this, and there was a lot tonight, holy shit, there was a lot. If you missed any of it, this will be on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also we also stream on YouTube occasionally. So if you want to catch everything that we provide, then you want to go to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Okay, thank you for the people who did subscribe for money here on Twitch tonight. That was awfully kind of you. Really appreciate every single one of you. I'm going to send you out to our friend Kyosan, who is streaming, and he's a fantastic Australian. An example of how great those people can be, honestly, really. And we'll talk to you again Monday, all right? So off you go. Soon as this countdown disappears.
Sad fuck royoids.
Oh boy.
Peace, everyone.
Hey guys. Bye.